pleasant good afternoon, friends, and welcome to another edition of Capital City Bison Football live tonight on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Stephen Strong, and good to have you here tonight, Stephen, as we're excited to have this edition of Capital City Bison. We're live here from Cedar Ridge High School. You know, severe weather in the area earlier this morning, especially here in Williamson County and parts of Travis County. We had a little bit of hail reported in the area as well, but the farther south we went, it wasn't as bad. And man, tonight, though, it has really turned out, Stephen, to be a great night for football as the Capital City Bison as the home team hosting the visiting Texas Xtreme. Good to have you, man. It's been a while since we did a broadcast together, cuz.
Yeah, man. I think it's been, at least maybe a year or something since we've been in the booth together. But, yeah, you're absolutely right about this weather here tonight. It is nice. It is breezy. It's cool. It's calm. Hopefully it'll stay that way for the duration of this game, and I'm excited to be here back for SHN Sports and get this game going. Awesome.
Well, we appreciate Coach Lewis Brown. Also, a special shout-out to those that may be watching tonight for the Texas Xtreme and Cody Bailey. We sincerely appreciate you as well. And looking forward to this game tonight. Again, I'm Rob Hipp with Stephen Strong, Nathan Height helping us tonight as well, as tonight we'll introduce the new feature here on SHN on the scoreboard with the new clock. So we'll have a clock for the first time here in football, kind of testing that tonight, but we'll introduce it here with the Capital City Bison. And then Austin Meneely is on camera for us tonight upstairs. So we're excited. Stay with us, friends, as we will have a little bit more pregame kickoff scheduled for 7 p.m. here from Cedar Ridge High School. We'll be right back in just a few moments.
Welcome to Capital City Bison semi-professional football on SHN Sports. And now onto the field with the voice of the Bison, Rob Hipp.
Once again, welcome back to Cedar Ridge High School here in Round Rock, Texas, just off Gaddis School Road. A great night for football here in Central Texas. Temperatures in the upper 60s, around 68 degrees. There's some rain clouds way out as we look over to our left, but things pretty clear to our right. Stephen, don't ask me the directions. I don't keep up with them. I just say left or right. It's a little bit easier. But, again, thankful to be here tonight and excited for this edition of Capital City Bison. You know, we're coming off of a game, a very close game against a very tough team in the Austin Vipers. That game on March the 23rd. We had that one right here on SHN Sports. It was a 14-12 loss. I believe Capital City now at 4-1 here in this season, and they're looking to rebound tonight, Stephen.
Yeah, and it's not going to get any easier here against the Texas Xtreme coming in at 5-0. But you know, Capital City coming off their bye week, so they've had a week to reset after their first loss of the season, and try to get a W here and give the Xtreme their first loss.
Well, we'll see, and we talk about a Texas Xtreme team that has simply been phenomenal in their existence, of course, under the owner, Cody Bailey, who has done a marvelous job with this team. Capital City tonight, as they are out there on the field right now alongside the Texas Xtreme captains across there. We'll try to get a few of them. Mark Martinez is going to be the quarterback here for Capital City tonight. He's one of the captains alongside Dante Garner. As we move over from left to right, number 75 out there for the Capital City Bison is Albert Sanchez, number 29, a captain also. That is Justin. Number 29, that's Justin Dowdy.
Darty?
Yeah, Darty. I mean, and I saw his mama. I was talking to Miss Darty earlier. Justin Darty out there tonight as a captain. And then number 70 as we move over to the right as well. That's DeJuan Sheffield. So excited about that one. And we talked to Miss Darty earlier. And I know that last name because I knew a Biff Darty in Georgetown, but somebody put something else in my head, and it's been stuck. So I got to fix it, Stephen. Well, the captain's meeting out there. Unfortunately, tonight for the Xtreme, we don't have a roster, so we don't have names, and I know that it's commonly unprofessional just to say numbers, but that's how we're going to broadcast it tonight. Unfortunately, that's all that we have, so we will have the Capital City Bison, though, of course, as we always do here on SHN. Well, Stephen, you know, you've covered several. You're the voice of the Eastview Patriots. We're trying to get this season your alma mater on board at the high school level. with the McCallum Knights, but you've been doing play-by-play for quite some time, and you're actually the first real employee of SHN. When Carl and I started, you were right there alongside of us, and appreciate you all these years, man. And as you said earlier, man, it just feels good to be back in the booth with you, dude.
Yeah, man, it's been a long summer for me, or long off season, I guess I should say. It's been the middle of the year, but finished up the season with the Patriots in November, I believe, and it's been a little hiatus, but we're back here and ready for Capital City Bison action, as I believe the coin toss just settled.
Yeah, the coin toss is settled. I didn't see who was going to receive. We'll have it here, of course, in the opening moments.
It's going to be
just a few moments.
Extreme Ball, I believe, they elected to receive.
So the Xtreme elects to receive this one, and we're about to get underway here tonight. 15-minute quarters is the name of the game here, and we will have that clock up there for you. And just to let you know, we don't integrate with the scoreboard system. That gets a little bit expensive. We don't have that capability yet, but we run the clock manually, so we'll keep it pretty close. So just keep in mind that the seconds may be off by just a little bit, and we'll also, of course, feature replay as well. We'll have that and everything for you here on SHN tonight. Before we get started, too, we want to make sure that we thank our sponsors here, good friends at Big Frog Custom T-Shirt Company at the Round Rock location only, located just down the road here on Gaddis School Road at 2051 Gaddis School Road. We appreciate Big Frog Custom T-Shirt for all of your custom T-shirt needs. Look them up online. Just search for Big Frog Custom T-Shirt in Round Rock. You'll find them. And, in fact, if you go to their Facebook page, you'll see some pictures with the Capital City Bison that they took earlier as well. We also want to thank the House of Bounce. Man, if you're looking to have a party and get the kiddos out of energy, get one of those bounce houses. That'll get them rowdied up, and that'll put them to bed early. And make sure the House of Bounce, they'll take care of you on those for all of your party house bouncing needs. Give House of Bounce a call. You can find more information online at houseofbouncerrtx.com. Steven? Got a couple more, man.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Cotton Patch Cafe here in Round Rock. Thank you for their sponsorship. Go check them out, as well as Chicken Wayne Kang. Like them on Facebook. Another thankful for their sponsorship. Chicken Wayne Kang on Facebook. Be sure to go give them a like.
You were talking about that earlier. You said, man, I can't wait to see that say that sponsor, man. And those guys got some good chicken wangs, baby. We're not talking wings, we're talking wangs. So come on, Steven.
They're the Chicken Wang Kang, and yeah, I mean they did a good job with their marketing. They got a good name to say. Looks like we're just about set for kickoff here. Coming at you from Cedar Ridge High School. The kick is left to right.
I'll let you start this one, Steven.
It's going to be fielded at the 10. And he's going to cut up the right sideline, cuts back inside, spins out of a tackle, and finally he's taken down right there at the 45-yard line. So a good return here for the Xtreme, and that is where they will start their first drive of this game, Rob.
Well, a great start, 14:51, just underway. We got I told you, tonight, the first night, we're utilizing the new clock and already had it messed up, so we had to get that fixed, but it will be first down and 10 here for the Xtreme. They'll move the ball here tonight from right to left, as you can see on your video screen. The Xtreme in white shirts, white pants with black numbers outlined in blue, the names across. And for the Capital City Bison tonight, in their black jerseys with purple numbers outlined in gold, they're wearing the black and purple pants and white helmets. First down and 10 for the Xtreme. They'll move the ball here from right to left on the right hash mark from the 45. Quarterback in shotgun, standing around the 40, has one back to his left, and a man in motion behind him, and that handoff is to the back, number 4, on the right side, trying to power his way near the 50-yard line, angling close out of bounds, and drop for about a 5-yard gain. It'll be second down and 5 from the half-century mark.
Not a bad start to this game for the Xtreme. A quick draw play up the middle, and it gets 5 yards on first down.
A drive that started here on their own 45, already at half filled. Good starting field position. Second down and 5, ball on the right hash. And new quarterback here, I believe, Steven, or not. That's number 11. We'll get the names hopefully at halftime. We didn't have a roster. Pass over to the right side to number 2. Darting through one defender, powers his way forward, and the second effort will get him close. He'll be about a yard short there on the right side of the field at the 46. It'll be third down and a short 1 for the Texas Xtreme.
Nice little dart back inside by the receiver there to get extra yards and be close to another first down.
On a third down and short. Going to pass here, chasing through a defender, and throws this one sidearms, and it's incomplete at the 35. The intended receiver, number 7. Great defense there by Capital City. It was Christian Levy and company coming up A little bit overthrown, though, with pressure in his face. It'll be 4th down and short, and I would expect the Xtreme will go for it here, Steven.
Looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. They got good pressure on the quarterback there on that play, forced the hurried throw, and just got him off target.
Be 4th down and a short 1 on that right hash mark. And again, we'll try to get some names here at halftime for the Xtreme. Quarterback is number 11 in shotgun, back on his own side of the field. Handoff on the high snap to his running back number 4 on the right hash, and needed 1 yard. He got 1 yard. It's a 1st down and 10. Now in Capital City Bison territory at the 45.
Yeah, good job by that offensive front to get the push just enough for the 1st down. They got exactly what they needed. Keep this drive alive.
13:29 to go here in this first quarter of play. Texas Xtreme undefeated on the season and trying to keep that streak alive here this afternoon versus against a very tough and capable Capital City Bison team. 1st and 10 from the 45. A snap over to the back on the left side and in between the hash marks. A good stop there by the Bison. Maybe a gain of 1. We'll take a look at that one on the replay.
It's a good job by the defensive front to get penetration and hurry to the backfield a lot quicker than they did on the initial first few downs for the Xtreme.
Yeah, just a little bit there, and only a gain of 1 on the play. In shotgun on a 2nd down and 8, and flags fly before the play. It looks like it's going to be a false start. We'll see what the officials say.
Yeah, I think the outside receiver jumped. Should be called a number 18 here. He left the line early there. Just a flinch. Knocks him back 5 yards. Creates a 2nd and long here for the Xtreme.
Yeah, 2nd down and about 14 now after the loss of 5 on the false start. High snap. Quarterback on a fake pass run up the middle by his back number 20, angling to the outside. And wow, what a powerful move on 2nd down and long all the way near that marker. He had to get to the 35, and it's going to be stopped about a yard or 2 short. That was a good run, Steven.
That was an excellent run. He just refused to go down, refused to go out of bounds, and he gets near another 1st down here for the Xtreme. Puts him in a much more manageable 3rd down situation here.
3rd down and 2. The Xtreme on the right hash. They have to get to the 35. In shotgun, high snap again. This time electing to pass over in the flat to the left to his receiver number 7. And a nice ankle tackle. Only 1 yard gain on the play. And a good job there by Capital City, Steven.
Yeah, Alex Thompson, the corner on the outside. Good job bringing the big receiver number 7 there down to force the 4th down attempt here for the Xtreme.
Take a look at that on the replay there. It was a great job right as the ball was delivered into his hands on that left hash. 4th down again, 2nd time on this drive in a 4th down situation and short. About a yard, they've got to get to the 35. Ball on the 36 on the left hash. Snap back, handoff, and the Bison got him in the backfield. Great stop on the play. Coming up was number 24, Takar Williams.
They did a good job getting in the backfield and making the play where it had to be done, and that's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Bison will get the ball.
See it on the replay there. A great stop. Takar Williams just a few games ago had 2 or 3 picks. One of them returned for a touchdown. He has been a force this season for the herd of Capital City. And after a drive that started out for the Xtreme on their own 45, that drive will stall with a turnover on downs. First possession of the night for Capital City. They'll start this possession on their own 38-yard line on the right hash.
We'll see how aggressive they choose to come out here with Mark Martinez at quarterback getting the start here for the Bison.
We'll see Martinez here tonight. We've seen Carrasquillo several times this season, and an early timeout is called here by Capital City as Coach Brown wants to talk things over early on their first possession of the night. No score, 11-10 to go here in the first quarter. Again, thanks for joining us tonight here on SHN Sports. Been a fun one so far. If you're a Capital City Bison fan, the Xtreme, they made that 1 4th down conversion on 4th and short, not able to convert on the other one, Stephen, and Capital City with a good opportunity here and not much in the way as far as win tonight. They are going to be facing a little bit of sunshine as they go from left to right. Martinez has the visor on his helmet as he stands on his own 30 in shotgun.
Yeah, I think stopping the Xtreme there on that opening possession might prove to be more important than we think right now.
First down and 10 from their own 38. Martinez shotgun. He has Alvin Smith is back to his right. 2 receivers to either side. Martinez looking, throwing one, heaving it up over to the right side, up, and it is caught, bobbled around, and somehow came down at the 20. What a catch on the play for Capital City. It was DeLandian Driver. He said, I'm going to drive it, baby. Come on. And a first down for the Bison.
Just an excellent job to go up and get that. It easily could have gone either way. 50-50 ball, and Driver just brought it down, bobbled it a little bit once he was able to get out of the defender's way and picked up a couple extra yards before getting knocked out of bounds. A huge opening play here for the Bison.
Great way to stay on the ball, and good eyes there by DeLandian Driver, and it'll be first down and 10. And for the first time tonight, we'll see a team in the red zone. Capital City on their first possession. Ball resting on the Xtreme 19 on the right hash. Martinez in shotgun, low snap. He'll pitch it over to Alvin on the left, and Smith here trying to dodge through 2 defenders. Initially, it looked like he was going to be stopped near the original line of scrimmage, and Smith able to bounce his way forward like a pinball and able to turn something into, or nothing into, about a yard or two, Stephen.
Yeah, Smith's pure speed on that play, just trying to get anything forward while also going to the left to avoid all the tacklers coming at him, was the reason that play turned from negative into positive, and he got anything at all.
And it looks like they actually may have marked it right back at the original line at second down and 10. I thought that he may have got 1. The initial spot showed it there, Stephen, but they moved it back. Second down and 10 for Capital City. Getting the ball resting just inside on the 19-yard line on the left hash. Martinez in shotgun. He'll hand off again. This time Smith finds one gap, and he fumbles the ball, and luckily Capital City able to fall back on it on the right hash, and that'll be a few extra positive yards. Stephen, we'll take a look at it on the replay.
Yeah, it was Sheffield that was able to pop up with the ball after the fumble from Smith. Thankful there they actually gained yards on that play.
Yeah, and luckily able to fall back onto that ball, and was the big man, the 7-0 on the play, Juan Sheffield, as you said, and good to have him out there. Well, the ball goes forward just a few here, and it'll be third down and about 7.
Smith checks out of the game here for the Bison, so
and
see what they choose to do here.
The first time tonight, there'll be 2 backs, one to the left and right of Martinez. Receiver down far to the right is Driver, one back to either side, one receiver up to the left on a third down and 7, and just inside their own 20. Martinez in shotgun. He'll get the snap. Looking over to the right side, chasing through one defender, and he'll be brought down. Great defense on the play by number 47 for the Xtreme.
Yeah, Martinez didn't have anyone open downfield. He tried to rush away to avoid the pressure, but an excellent job by 47 and forces the 4th down.
Well, the good news is, big loss of yards on that play all the way back. It's going to be 4th down and 13. And the ball now resting on the 22-yard line. And, Stephen, as I look, the Xtreme have their names on the back of the jersey. Sometimes those names don't match up depending on who's who and where they are, but we'll try to go by that tonight. It looks like Capital City's going to go for the field goal here. This one from just around 35 or so. This one on the way, and a low one here, and a flag flies, though, before the attempt, and we'll see what the call is here, Stephen. And I believe it's Carrasquillo will come in to kick here. Or Carrasquillo's the holder, actually. 10.
Looks like it was an encroachment or offsides of some sort. So they'll get another attempt here.
Yeah, Carrasquillo holds here. And like I said earlier, he plays quarterback sometimes here for the Bison. A great young man. I've got a chance to talk and get to know his family a little bit. And the kicker is number 40. That's Cade Summers. Cade's been kicking all season, normally doing a great job. 7:35 to go here in the first. No score. Capital City will get another opportunity here. We'll add 17 from where the ball is spotted. Steven, looks like it's on the 17-yard line, so add 17. 34-yard field goal here for Capital City. So on a 4th down and 8. They're going to go for the field goal here. Low snap. Summers gets it up, and it is blocked. It's a line drive, and the Xtreme goes right into their hands, and they'll start this one around their own 30. So the attempt no good. It was a good effort, but just couldn't get under it enough, Steven.
Yeah, I think it was Demetrius Morales who was able to scoop up the ball and try to run, but by then the Xtreme were all over him, and just a line drive kick, and unable to get the first down. So it'll go back to the Xtreme here as they'll try to put up the first points of the evening.
Yeah, Moles trying to get some opportunity there. Couldn't find it for his team. And for the second time tonight, the Xtreme will have the ball. Their first possession started on their own 45, resulted in a turnover on downs. Here at the 7:16 mark in the first quarter, no score. And the Capital City Bison back on defense.
The only good news here for the Bison is that they were able to stop the Xtreme when the Xtreme started with excellent field position on that first drive of theirs. And here they'll be a little bit more backed up. Not nearly as good field position here to start this drive.
Desmond Gore playing safety tonight for the Xtreme. Some other guys back there in the backfield. Of course, Dakar Williams, we've talked about him earlier, and his teammates trying to force something here and get their offense back on the field. First down and 10 from their own 25 are the Xtreme. Handoff to the back, and good wall defense by the Herd. 29 had nowhere to run, and it'll be second down and a long 10 here for the Xtreme.
Yeah, we've seen them try to go up the middle here on quick run plays all throughout this game, this first quarter.
Well, they gave him 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6. A little extra effort, got the ball up from the 30. In between the hash marks, quarterback stepping back, had to pump fake, throws this one quickly, and brought down immediately on the play was the Xtreme. A nice stop by Anthony Nichols, and he said, man, that's worth more than 5 cents on that tackle, brother.
Nichols, good job getting in the backfield and choosing which way to go and picking the right direction and bringing down the ball carrier there. Good pressure by the entire defensive line there to force the quarterback to have to get rid of it quicker than he wanted to, and that resulted in the quick tackle.
6:14, clock ticking here in the first quarter. Third down and 6. No gain on the play. Ball resting just inside the 30 for the Xtreme on their own side of the field. High snap, 11 quarterback, throws over to the right side, has his man, and has the forward progress for the first down. A nice catch, diving up into the air and making that snag in between two defenders was number 2, and it's a first down and 10 for the Xtreme.
Man, that was a good throw. He didn't have to cock his arm very far back. It wasn't a deep throw. It just needed to be quick and on the money, and you could tell the way he threw it, kind of a little flick of the wrist there at the end of that throw, and he was able to get it on target and exactly where they needed to get to pick up the first down.
2 receivers will split to the left, 2 to the right also. Quarterback in shotgun standing on his own 30, first down and 10 from just outside their own 35. One back offset to his left, man in motion is 7. Part of that 2 receiver package to the left. Snap back, pitch over to the back, and trying to bounce through 2 defenders, still on his feet, guts his way forward, and a nice gain of a couple of yards. It'll be second down and 8 from the 38.
It was a good block there thrown out by the receiver, number 7, and then the back was able to kind of patiently wait and squeeze through the block and pick up a solid gain there and bring up second down.
It'll be second down and 8 from up here for the Xtreme. And that ball resting now just inside the 40, closer to the left hash on the 38. So second down and 8 from the 38. Xtreme trying to move the chains for the second time on this possession, their second possession of the afternoon. Quarterback in shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Has one back to his left. Stepping back, good protection. Throws over the middle, has his receiver number 4 in between the hash marks and brought down by a couple of Bison. Forward progress will take him to around the 42-yard line. It will be third down and manageable here for the Xtreme. Looks like they mark it. It'll be third down and, what is that, Stephen? 4.
Yeah, another third and easily manageable, or third and short here for the Xtreme, and they've been able to convert most of the time here so far tonight.
So we'll call it third and about 4 here for the Xtreme at the 41 on the right hash. Quarterback in shotgun at the 36, a back to his left, man in motion from right to left. And stepping back, he'll throw to that man in the flat who is in motion to the left side, and an ankle tackle a yard short of the first down there at the 45, the receiver number 2. We'll take a look at the replay on the spot.
Was Dakar Williams able to bring him down? He kind of slipped and slid out there, and I'm sure the grass is still saturated and wet from all the rain earlier today, but a good tackle here to bring up 4th and short, and he fumbles it actually on the snap.
Yeah, and I was taking a look at the replay, and we don't have that fumble on the replay, unfortunately, from that angle, and Capital City says they've got the ball, and Steven, it looks like they do.
Yeah,
good job by the defense.
Would have been Bison ball either way, but they gain a couple extra yards after that fumble on the snap. And they'll take it here for their second possession of this game. Still scoreless.
Yeah, Capital City with excellent field position now. They started this first possession on their own 38. They'll all be all the way in the Xtreme territory now on the 41-yard line on the right hash. Good opportunity here for Martinez and the herd as they'll try to get on the board first. 3:09 to go here in the first quarter.
Establishing the run a lot. And here on 3rd and short, see what they decide to do. Maybe a little play action after 2 straight runs here to bring up this 3rd and short.
Yeah, it's either 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 3. I think it's 3rd and 3 after they move it back. It's kind of a weird spot because the marker there is 1 yard farther back than where the spot of the ball is. It's really 3rd and 2 from what we're seeing here, just inside the 35. A pitch back on the right side. Running back has it, lowers his right shoulder, and maybe close to the first down. It was a nice job there by Braxton Smith.
Yeah, they got the 1-2 punch of the Smiths. We got Alvin carrying the first 2 plays there, getting some speed on the field, and getting in a good position. They give it over to Braxton Smith, and he powers his way, lowers his shoulder, and they're going to still mark him short. It's going to bring up a 4th and about a half yard here for the Bison.
Nathan over here, Houdini, he already had it 4th and 1 on the scoreboard right as soon as it was over, so Nathan knows what's going on. 4th down and less than 1 on the keeper trying to push forward. A little extracurricular down there on the field, and the officials saying, man, y'all better break that up early tonight. And did he get the first down, Steven?
It's close. It is close. I'm not sure that he did.
We'll see if we have the spot on the replay. Looking at it here, here's the replay.
Tried to do a little sneak job. They kind of walked under there, snapped it real quick, tried to dive under, but he went down very quick, and they appear to have marked him just short. It's an unfortunate turn there for the Bison.
Well, 3rd possession of the evening coming up here for the Austin Xtreme at the 1:07 mark here in the first quarter. No score. Again, I'm Rob Hipp alongside Stephen Strong. Appreciate you joining us on a beautiful night after a stormy morning here in Round Rock, Texas, for another edition of semi-professional football, the Capital City Bison. We also want to welcome in those from the Texas Xtreme that are joining us as well. We appreciate you joining us. Xtreme will start here, 1st down and 10 from their own 32. Quarterback chased on the left hash. Finally slings this one over to number 3, and it's incomplete at the 35. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Great effort there on the defensive end, but a good delivery all day today, Steven. Quarterback has been under pressure. He's been able to deliver, though. Just hasn't been able to make the connection.
Yeah, Clayton Jones there on that play, and he's been doing it here so far tonight a lot. Just a quick snap off the snap of the ball, quick jump off the line of scrimmage, and he's been in the backfield a lot tonight.
Be 2nd down and 10 for the Xtreme from their own 32-yard line. High snap back, quarterback. This time great protection. Punt fakes once. Now it breaks down. He's going to tuck and run across the middle in between the hash marks, and a healthy gain, and the ball is fumbled. And they say it was down by contact, the official. Capital City wanted it. Coming up the bottom of the pile was Dakar Williams. We'll take a look at it on the replay.
Yeah, I know it's going to upset these fans, but I mean, pretty sure his knee was at least down. He was almost horizontal by the time.
Oh, He was coming down on his back, Steven, when that ball popped out.
Yeah,
so I think Capital City
close.
had a valid argument. We saw it on the replay. 3rd down and 4 for the Xtreme. From just inside their own 40. Quarterback in shotgun. Snap back to him. Good protection again here. Throws, heaves one over the right side, in and out of the hands at the 50-yard line. It was catchable, but not able to haul it down there at the 50. It's incomplete, and it'll be 4th down and 4.
There's a flag in the backfield in the area of the line of scrimmage, kind of near the blocking, and it appears to be a hold against the Xtreme.
Well, you would face a 4th down and 4. The defense of Capital City has been pretty consistent this afternoon. I'm wondering here, does the coach take the penalty and give them another opportunity? And they do on 3rd, so that's where it'll go. Instead of it being 4th down and 4, they'll reset here, and it'll be 3rd down and 14 or so. No, it is 4th down or 3rd down and 14 for the Xtreme. That ball backs all the way up to their 20. They put that at the 28-yard line on the left hash. With 9 seconds here in the first quarter, clock ticking, the Xtreme trying to get this play off. Maybe they're just going to let the clock run. I don't think they realize it, and the clock's at 0. They didn't get it off in time. No, they're going to let them play it anyways. Over to the right side, and it's incomplete, and if you're a Bison fan, you'll take it. Be 4th down and long, and the Xtreme should be set to punt here coming up as we begin second quarter. Friends, we'll step aside. Stay with us. Capital City Bison football here on SHN Sports. We'll continue in just a few moments. Welcome back. Capital City Bison football live tonight on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. I'm Rob Hipp alongside Stephen Strong. And through that first quarter, 15 minutes gone. Stephen, no score. It's been really a low possession affair as well. The Xtreme have touched the ball 3 times. Capital City has only got their hands on it twice, and no team has been able to capitalize yet on any of their drives, Stephen.
Yeah, it's not even that they're not playing good offense. I mean, they've had their moments. They've gotten down the field. Just neither team has been able to get into the end zone or convert a kick. It's all blocked kick in the first quarter on an attempt by the Bison. We'll see a punt here from the Xtreme.
It's a good punt all the way back from around the 20. It'll take a nice Xtreme roll, still rolling down across the 30 and the 25 and trying to go all the way to that 20-yard. Wow, what a punt, Stephen, as that one goes from the 20 to the 20, and that is a beautiful punt for the Xtreme, and it'll be hard field position here from the 20 for Capital City starting out on this third possession, first one here in the second quarter.
And that would have been a good punt if it had just stopped where it hit first, and instead it takes an extra 15-yard roll or so. And, yeah, like you said, a booming punt there. We'll see how the Bison can respond. See if any team can go to put some points on the board here.
14:43 to go here in the second quarter of play. Capital City will have it. And, Steven, that ball actually rolled back to the 19. The marker showing it at the 19 as well. That is where it's at. So inside their own 20 is where Capital City will have to work, as they have got quite a journey to go down. 81 yards to get into the pay dirt. Handoff here on the right side. I believe it was Smith, and he gets up to around the 25-yard line. And so a nice gain on first down of 6 will bring up second down and 4. It was a good run on first down.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams have had success on first and second and third down. Just when it gets, they can drive all the way down the field and then struggle to put up points. But a good run there and a good start to this drive here for the Bison.
A drive that started on that last play from their own 19. The ball resting now on the 25-yard line on the right hash. Second down and 4 for Capital City. Martinez has one back to either side of him. 2 receivers down to the right, nobody up top on the right, 2 to the left. spin move here, the handoff in the backfield, and after that spin move, getting up near the 29-yard line on the right hash mark. A great run on the play by the Bison. And I'm trying to see the number who got up from that. Martinez is going to head over and get some direction from Coach Brown, and he'll head back over to the huddle.
Yeah, it was a nice spin move and extra effort to pick up. I mean, looks like they gave him the first down.
Thought he was about a yard short, but they give it to him. First down and 10 now for the Bison.
Kept his legs chugging along and picked up the first down here.
That ball carrier may have been 26. That's Braxton Smith, who we've called several times already tonight. First down and 10 from inside the 30. Handoff here on the left side, and a host of Xtreme bringing him down, but the flag flies on the left side. We'll take a look on the replay and see what the call may have been. Probably a hold.
Yeah, another tough physical run, just refusing to go down. I'm not sure if we'll have some sort of hold or face mask or what.
Yeah, there was a whole pile of Xtreme, about 4 players on that play.
And it is against the Xtreme.
And that should push it far enough for a first down. And, man, that's a 15-yard penalty. So a personal foul on that one, and that's not your 10-yard variety. That's your 15-yard flavor. That's when you go from ramen noodles to a fettuccine. Ramen's only 15. You know, fettuccine, you get 5 more, Steven. Come on,
Good
man.
to know.
Come on, Steven. First down and 10 for Capital City from their own 44. Martinez chased behind, somehow able to deliver that pass, and it's incomplete off the fingertips of his intended receiver on the right side. That's Sammy Wheeler.
Yeah, Martinez knew the pressure was coming. He just didn't know how quick as they ran up from behind him. Thankfully, he was kind of starting to get the throw going and release it. It falls incomplete. That's lucky that worse didn't happen here for the Bison. It brings up a second down. As Martinez went and talked to his coach real quick. Gets back to the huddle.
Now stepping back out here on the right hash mark from the 44-yard line on their own side of the field. Capital City, no score for either team. 13:07 to go here in the second. Martinez steps back from the 35. Good protection. Now it breaks down, and he fumbles the ball right into the hands of an Xtreme player, number 47. And they'll take that over after the fumble.
And it was initially a great job by Martinez to kind of sidestep the tackle, but at some point, got to know when to get down. He tried to stay up as the guy was on his back. He was able to knock the ball out. And an unfortunate turnover there for Martinez, and excellent field position here upcoming for the Xtreme.
See it on the replay there moments ago, and at the 12:58 mark, the Xtreme will take this ball back over for their 4th possession of the afternoon. Their 3rd possession started on their own 32. That was at the end of the first quarter, bleeding over into the second, resulting in a punt. Capital City, though, not able to do anything on their 3rd possession. We'll see if the Xtreme have something here. They have fumbled this ball also. They did that on their 2nd possession. Their first was a turnover on downs. Clock running, under 13 to go here in the second quarter. Xtreme have it on the Capital City 30 on a first down and 10. And quarterback standing in shotgun, one back to his right and another back running around. This handoff to that back that was directly behind him, and man, picking up about 8 yards on first down. That was a healthy run.
Yeah, it was a mix of power and speed. He got a good quick first burst and was able to get into the second level of the defense and bring him down for about an 8 or 7 yard gain.
Yeah, they moved the ball back actually a little bit, and it'll be second down and 3. High snap. This time quarterback going to look to pass, stepping around, trying to go through 2 defenders, and somehow able to make the connection, but it's right back at the original line of scrimmage with the receiver number 18. The play stopped by Dakar Williams.
Yeah, Williams did everything he could do there after giving up the catch. He's trying to body him and knock it out of his hands, but a good, strong effort there by the receiver.
And Steven,
they gained money. I think he actually lost.
Yeah, they give him a loss on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5 now.
It's been a defensive minded game here so far, 0-0, and And the defense needs to make a play. They have so far in this game for both teams.
Actually spot it there. It's 3rd down and 4. Ball on the right hash mark for the Xtreme. Quarterback in shotgun. Trips this time to the left. One Lone Ranger down to the right. 11 standing on the 30-yard line. The blitz coming and the penetration resulting in an incomplete pass on the right side around the 20-yard line. That was a nice penetration there on that left side by the Bison, Stephen.
Yeah, you saw Ken Blue, the linebacker, just burst off the line of scrimmage at the start of the play. He got back there immediately and was able to hurry the throw, which was off target and had never had a chance. It looks like they are going to go for it here again on 4th down.
Now 4th down and 4. And this is kind of that no man's land for the Xtreme. They don't have a kicking game from that far out. If they did kick from there, Steven, you add 17 to 25, and you've got a pretty long field goal. So they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Quarterback scanning, throwing over to the right side. Has his man, has the first down at the 10-yard line.
It was a terrific job by the quarterback. Keep his eyes downfield. He saw the pressure coming. He realized he couldn't escape it. He looked down the field and found his man, just breaking the coverage, and picks up the first down and gives the Xtreme a good opportunity here to go up.
1st down and 10 for the Xtreme in the red zone for the first time tonight. They've got the ball near the 10-yard line. Handoff to their back, number 1, and maybe back to the original line of scrimmage or a gain of 1. Steven, I think they may have given him 1. We'll wait to see where the spot is. No, I think back to the original line. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
That was a good hit there by Moles coming up from the middle, laying the wood there and bringing him down for a short gain. Actually, he didn't gain any.
Yeah, no gain. 2nd down and 10 for the Xtreme. Ball resting on the Capital City 11 in between the hash marks. 9:38 to go here in the first half. Quarterback this time for the first time tonight under center. A back way behind him. 2 receivers, actually trips to the left. He'll hand off to that back number 22. The Bison read it, and only a gain of about, Stephen, maybe 3 on the play. It was a good jump, though, that he got, and it is a gain of, we'll call it 3 here. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, that initial push by that offensive front there for the Xtreme did a good job of just giving him some room to operate, and the burst up the middle for a good chunk. Bring up 3rd and medium here for the Xtreme.
It is 3rd down and about 7 here for the Xtreme.
We'll go under center again here as he hands off. Spins out of a tackle now and it's close to the end zone. He gets in.
Yep, a touchdown right there after that spin move. Great job on the play by the Xtreme. Who is that, number 2? We'll take a look at it on the replay here. I couldn't see the number at the last moment there, and no, it was number 22. Again, we'll get those names in the second half. We apologize for that. We didn't have a roster up here, so a good touchdown there. Steven, how far was he out from on that?
It was about a 7-yard run, I want to say.
We'll call it a 7-yard TD run by number 22, and for the first score tonight, on their 4th possession, will go to the Xtreme. They lead 6-0 here with 8:39 to go in the first half of play.
It's getting a little bit of a cooler evening here. The wind has picked up a little bit. Clouds kind of settling in, but still a fairly nice and cool and chill evening.
I guess
we try to keep the rain away.
I didn't see a kick. I guess they
yeah,
kicked
they
it. They
converted on the kick.
I didn't see it. I was busy writing down some notes. Well, the kick is good. 7-0 your score with 8:39 to go here in the first half. The Texas Xtreme with the lead. And Capital City is going to try to answer that call. Coach Brown down there talking to his teammates, trying to rally the troops. A little bit of discernment by some of these players down here for Capital City right now is they want to get their heads in this game. They definitely don't want to lose 2 in a row, Stephen. They had a tough battle week before last versus the Austin Vipers, as they fell in that game only by 2 and find themselves in an early hole here again. 8:39 to go first half. The kickoff set by the Xtreme, and man, the Capital City's got 3 back there set to receive, Steven. You don't see that often. You normally see 2. They've got 3 back to receive near the 10-yard line. You got to be careful because that's going to leave some space in the middle, and these Xtreme players are very fast. Kick from the 40. It's up on its way, and it will sail deep. Fielded at the 10-yard line on the right side. The Bison with the ball. Bringing it over inside is McKinley. McKinley, a healthy return near the 30-yard line as he ran all the way from the right over to the left. McKinley about 20 yards on the return, and decent field position for Capital City. They'll have about 70 yards to go here in this second quarter to try to answer that touchdown on the last possession from the Texas Xtreme. And they actually moved the ball back, Steven, to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, the Xtreme, they put up a lot of points. They're good at what they do, and to only hold them to 7 so far is pretty good here for the Bison. It's been a defensive struggle, or a defensive heavy game so far, but the first points of the game finally put up by the Xtreme, and Bison looking to respond here.
First down and 10 for Capital City. They'll have it on their own 27-yard line. Martinez in shotgun standing to the 20. The handoff to Smith, and Smith in between 2 defenders and in between the hash marks as he actually goes over to the left hash. He'll dive forward for a decent little gain here on first down, but whistles are flying after this one, Steven.
It looks like one of the linemen slow to get up, and Alvin Smith kind of makes me nervous sometimes the way when he's about to change direction, he kind of carries that ball loosely out there, but ends up getting a good chunk on the run.
Anthony Perez heading back over to the sidelines. Luckily under his own weight there, Perez able to head back over. Maybe just a little stinger here for Anthony. It was looks like about a 6-yard pickup, Steven. No, 5. I can't count that.
It was a 5-yard gain.
It was a 5-yard gain by Smith. That little extra dive on that left hash mark got him a little bit farther ahead. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for Capital City. The ball resting on the left hash mark on their own 32. Martinez in shotgun. Smith is back to the left. 2 receivers down to the left and 2 up top to the right. Standing on the 25 is Martinez with Smith. A low snap. He'll hand off late to Smith. Smith has room. Diving forward, and he has the first down at the 40 as he angled his way to the right hash mark.
Yeah, man, Martinez took a hit long after he'd handed off and just kind of took it and popped up. But an excellent run there by Smith.
Take a look at that run by Alvin Smith as he angled his way there to the right side, and a nice gap for him to run through and getting the first down, and it's a good confidence booster here for Capital City. The only other really confidence play they had was that big pass earlier that put him down in the red zone.
That was one of the first plays of the game.
First down and 10 from their own 40. Martinez in shotgun, standing just inside of his 35. Good protection right side, and it's picked off at the 40. The Xtreme with room to run. And all the way down for the return for the touchdown. 40 yards for the Xtreme on that interception return.
Man, I'm not sure what Martinez saw there. He had time. He had a little bit extra time. He could have tried to find someone else, but just threw directly to the corner. I guess he didn't see him underneath.
I think that was number 5. I couldn't tell if it was a 5 or a 6.
I believe it was 5 that returned it for the touchdown.
Capital City finding themselves in a 13-0 deficit right now with 7:13 to go. Just a little over a minute between that last possession. Kick up on the way. This one is up, and it is good. 14-0, 7:13 to go here in the first half. Capital City had a little bit of life, but that interception from the hands of Martinez into the hands of number 5, 40-yard return. We'll see what Capital City can do here, Stephen, as they try to reset on their 5th possession of the night.
Yeah, we talked about their only loss was their last game against the Vipers. 14-12 was the final in that game, and if they're going to have any shot at coming back and winning this game, they're going to need to keep that 14 amount here for the Xtreme and just try to get something going on offense. They've had moments, had shining moments, just unable to keep it going for a full drive. Xtreme find themselves 2 scores ahead.
Again, appreciate you joining us here tonight on SHN Sports. Rob Hipp alongside Stephen Strong. We also want to thank Cairo 512, located at 2681 Gaddis School Road. Check them out online. Just search for CYRO 512 for all of your therapeutic needs to help you get back in the game. Kick here, leaping up forward over a defender. A little dangerous return there on that left side by Capital City. I think that was number 1. That is Delanian Driver. We talked about him a little bit earlier. He had that grab on that catch moments earlier in this game, but there, a little acrobatic move, Steven.
Yeah, I think he maybe gained a yard or 2 hurtling forward and avoided a lot of contact, that's for sure.
The first down and 10 for Capital City. Their 5th possession of the night. They'll start this possession on the left hash mark from their own 33-yard line. Their last possession starting out on their own 19. Actually, their own 27, so they're a little bit farther ahead here. Martinez, low snap again. He'll hand off over to his back, and this time is smothered by several Xtreme players. Still on his feet, though, and initially looked like it may have been a stop in the backfield, maybe a yard gain here after that push. Was it 9 on that? Was it number 9?
It was 9 who handed off there.
Yeah, it was Teron Birch. And Teron Birch back in the game here. Is Martinez not at quarterback? I don't see.
No, looks like they've replaced after that INT here for Martinez on the last possession. They put in Birch here at quarterback.
Yeah, so Birch now the quarterback. 1 back to either side here for Birch. Standing on his own 30, 2nd down and 9. Birch throwing, heaving one over to the right in between 2 defenders. It's up, and somehow it is caught near the 30. Wow, what a play by the Bison. Oh, baby.
That could not have gone any better there for the Bison. He took a chance. He believed in his receiver down the field. Double coverage. He put it where his man could get it, and he did it, and he brought it down for the huge gain here for the Bison. What a throw and catch there.
Yeah, and once again, it was Delanian Driver. He's had 2 of those here today, and another one making his case for an interview after the game.
Yeah, why not? Go up and get it, big man.
So first down and 10 here for the Bison, now on the Xtreme 30, and
a fumble?
A fumble on the play, and the Xtreme appear that they have came up with it.
Story of this game here so far for the Bison. They do something positive, they get something going, and then a turnover here. I believe the second of the game here. Last one was an interception on their last possession. This one a huge play down the field, and the very next play a fumble. Was it Birch that fumbled on the snap, or I couldn't tell what happened. It was near the line of scrimmage, and one of the linemen here for the Xtreme was just able to fall on it.
The Xtreme will get the ball back for the 5th time tonight. Of course, moments ago, the defense for the Xtreme doing a job. Back-to-back big defensive plays. Before that fumble recovery, it was a 40-yard interception return at the 7:39 mark. Xtreme lead 14-0. First down and 10 from their own 31. And flags fly here and a false start. That'll set them back 5.
5:33 to go here until halftime. Curious to see how aggressive the Xtreme will try to be. They're up 14. I'm sure they want more points. See how quickly they decide to try to get these points.
They've got 2nd on the marker. That's wrong. It's 1st and 15 after the false start. So first down and 15 from their own 26 are the Xtreme. Quarterback in shotgun with 1 receiver to the left, 2 down to the right. High snap. And the whistle's blown here before the start of that play. And what do we have here, Stephen?
Maybe it.
Little conversation here from the officials. And timeout is called by the Bison. Their second timeout.
I was thinking it might have been a timeout. I didn't see any movement, so yeah, you're right.
It's the second timeout of the first half for the Bison. They've got one remaining, 5:31 to go. Xtreme with the ball and the lead, 14-0 is the designated home team here tonight at Cedar Ridge High School. Thanks for joining us for another edition of Semi-Professional Football here on SHN Sports. Rob Hipp alongside Stephen Strong here tonight, as it has turned out to be a beautiful evening here in Central Texas for football. We also want to thank our good friends at Moment Enshrined Photography. For all of your photography needs in the Central Texas area, nobody takes them better than Moment Enshrined. Be sure to look them up on Facebook. That's Moment Enshrined Photography. Thank you for your generous support of Capital City Bison football. By the way, those sponsorships help make these broadcasts and more possible as we try to bring comprehensive coverage of the teams we cover here on SHN Sports. Some of those improvements from the last few games included the clock now and our replay system that we introduced on game 1 of this season. We're excited to bring that to you. The Xtreme will have it here after the timeout by the Bison. First down and 15, 5:31 to go here in the second quarter. In shotgun, handoff. Over to the left side, still on his feet, tumbling through defenders across the 40-yard line for the first down on the left hash. Wow, they needed 15 yards. Got more than that on a first down.
Shifty downhill running there from the back, cutting in and out, spin moves. He had it all there on that run, and he gets a good gain to pick up another first down.
Just below 5 minutes now here in Round Rock, Texas in this first half of play. First down and 10 for the Xtreme. They've got the ball on their own 41-yard line on the left hash. Snap back to the quarterback. Throwing over right side, has a man, and it is intercepted by the Bison at the 35, and he dropped it at the last minute, Stephen. An opportunity for the Bison and couldn't hold on to it. It was a good effort on the play by Braxton Smith, but just couldn't grab that one down in time.
Man, yeah, he had great coverage. There actually was a couple Bison in the area there. Not the most on-target throw, and as he went to the ground, was just unable to keep it on his body. Falls incomplete. Turns out to be a break there for the Xtreme.
It looked like originally he had it. The ball was under him the entire time. I thought maybe he had dropped it there at the end, but he didn't. Second down and 10 for the Xtreme. If you're the Xtreme, you're happy. You didn't want that to go the other way. You've got a lead here, 14-0 with 4:44 to go. Second down and 10 from just outside your own 40. Handoff to the back on the right side. Almost fell down, still on his feet, angling his way to the 50-yard marker on the right side. And a healthy run. We'll see if they spot it at the 50. The ball's resting there. The officials mark it right at the 50. It's an 8-yard gain on second down, brings up third down and 2.
Yeah, it was good patience there by the runner, and at one point he had Dakar Williams on his back. Just kind of carrying him with him for a little bit. It took a while to bring him down and then bring up third and short.
So third down and a manageable 2 here for the Xtreme. They've got the ball at the half-century mark at the 50 on the right hash mark. Quarterback in shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 2 will break out to the right. And he's got one back right offset to his left. Quarterback standing on the 45-yard line for the Xtreme. Blitz shown here by Capital City. We'll see if they go through with it. They do on the right side. And that's going to leave a receiver open. Still on his feet, but only a gain of about half a yard, Stephen. He's going to be just short of that first down marker.
Yeah, it was an excellent open field tackle there by Christian Levy to keep him from preventing him from picking up the first down. Just brought him down. It's a big receiver. Hard to bring down, and he managed to do it. Looks like they're going to go for it here on fourth.
Quickly back to the line. Fourth down and about a half a yard. In Capital City territory, the pushing his way forward. And the officials are going to give him the spot. That was a good push and needed just about half. Stephen got about a yard and a half for the first down.
Yeah, that initial first little surge did not do the trick. It was close, but no question there after the second effort. Good movement there by the offensive line of the Xtreme to keep it going, and they pick up the first down to keep this drive alive.
Xtreme lead 14-0, 2:47 to go here in the first half of play. The ball resting on the Capital City 48-yard line there on that left hash mark as the Xtreme move from left to right. Bison trying to put a stop here, trailing 14-0. Xtreme so far have played well, but really for Bison, Stephen, it's been their own mistakes. On the left hash, 1st and 10, quarterback under center will hand off to his big back and stopped immediately for about a 1-yard gain. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
I think it was Dakar Williams on the tackle once again. We've called his name countless times tonight. He's been on almost every play.
Quickly back to the line are the Xtreme on a 2nd down and 9 from around their own, from the Capital City, actually, around the 47, 48-yard line. Under center quarterback. Fakes the handoff, throws over to the right side, has his man, has the first down, tight roping the sideline, and that little extra effort will get the first down and out of bounds. That one just inside the 40, they'll say around the 35. Whistle's blowing here, and the clock is stopped at 1:38.
There's an excellent route run by that receiver. Just got in the open space of the defense. It's not that there wasn't coverage around him. There was. Just had enough separation to be able to catch it, turn up field, and pick up just enough for the first down.
5th possession of the night for the Xtreme. It's been a productive one here, 1:38 to go. They lead 14-0. The Xtreme in Capital City territory on the right hash mark at the 37-yard line of the Bison. Quarterback's in shotgun now. 2 receivers split to either side. Has a back offset to his right. Quarterback standing on around the 42-yard line of the Bison. High snap, able to hold it down. Good protection. Passes over left side. Has his man wide open at the 20. And another first down. Now in the red zone are the Xtreme. And with 1:28 to go, a timeout is called, and that'll stop the clock by the Xtreme. Stephen, this has been a very productive drive and time crunch situation, trying to get some more points on the board here in the first half.
Yeah, you said it during the call, Rob. Excellent protection there on that play was really the reason quarterback was able to throw such an accurate dime deep down the field and let him see the whole field and find the open man. And the Bison also didn't really send a whole lot of pressure, and then they picked it up nicely, what they did send. And we're back in the red zone. Are the Xtreme, and Bison find themselves in a tough spot here. You do not want to go down 3 scores before halftime if possible.
And the Bison trying to avoid 2 losses in a row. They're 4-1 here on the season. The last game, week before last, versus the Austin Vipers, a close one, 14-12. That game played at Westwood High School. Of course, we had the call here on SHN Sports. Once again, we want to welcome all of those that are watching tonight for not only the Capital City Bison. We appreciate you guys, the Cutasquillo family. I've said earlier, I've chatted with them, Alvin Smith and his family, wonderful folks here in this area. We also want to welcome in those from the Xtreme that may be watching tonight as well. Thank you for joining us. Your team up right now 14-0, 1:27 to go here in the first half, live from Round Rock, Texas, on the practice field of Cedar Ridge High School. And you wouldn't know this is a practice field, Stephen, if you didn't know this area. It's a beautiful facility.
Yeah, it's very nice. Field's nice.
1st down and 10 from the red zone now for the Xtreme. Quarterback's in shotgun. 2 receivers stacked back and forth on either side. Good protection. Throw over the right and at the feet of the intended receiver, number 87. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Man, it kind of had to be a low throw to get through all the defense that he was throwing through. He was open, just a little too low there, and it kind of bounced off his feet.
Little huddle here as they talk things over. Cobb's the one receiver out there to the left. I believe 2 is Hargrove. Trying to get some of these numbers in here while I can, Stephen, from this angle. 2nd down and 10 from the red zone. Quarterback in shotgun on a hard count, trying to throw him upside. High snap, able to hold it down, pass over, and caught, but hitting the dirt there on the right side. Not much of a gain, if anything. Maybe a loss on that play, Steven.
Yeah, just a little trailing of the back out of the backfield. Didn't have time to scan the whole field. He thought he had an opportunity, but the back fell down as he tried to cut up field.
I believe that was Carter out there, number 1.
Under a minute here, under 50 seconds and counting here to go in the second quarter.
The boys are the quarterbacks, number 11. And here on this play, slammed back near the 40-yard line. A big defensive play coming up huge for the Capital City Bison, Steven.
As the Xtreme take a quick timeout, it was excellent backfield penetration there by the defensive front of the Bison. And I believe it was Mashak Williamson, the man to bring him down, kind of threw him back.
Yeah, it was, man. What a play.
And if it wasn't him, someone else would have come back there and thrown him down too, because they had multiple guys in pursuit. Good job there by Williamson to be the one to get the job done and force this 4th and a mile here.
Little Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, except the other two, he didn't need their help tonight. Great job by Meshach out there, taking care of business on a big play, Steven, because you've got an Xtreme team that's using timeouts. 32 seconds to go here in the first half. They're driving, and what could have been 3rd down or even a 4th down and manageable is now 4th down all the way back to Cedar Park.
This is a big play here for the outcome of this game. Could turn into what is just a 14-point lead near halftime into 21 and trying to hold them here.
4th down and long from around the 35, and another sack in the backfield. The Bison coming up huge again. Bring the herd, baby. This time back to the 50. And you got to keep in mind here, the Bison, from what I've been marking, they've got 1 timeout remaining. They've got 26 seconds to work with. And it looks like they're going to spot the ball at the 48 back on their side. So it'll be 52 yards they've got to go down. They've got 26 seconds to do it in 1 timeout.
Yeah, they had 2 quick guys off the block there on that 4th down play, just immediately in the face of the quarterback. He tried to turn out of one guy, and he was almost able to, but ended up turning right into the other lineman and able to bring him down and get the ball back here. And as you said, Rob, 26 seconds is all day to go about 52 yards. This half is far from over.
1st down and 10 from their own 48 with 26 seconds in between the hash mark. Quarterback didn't expect that snap here, and he's just going to have to dive on it beyond his own 30. And man, they're going to say, did he fumble that and hand it over to the Xtreme, Steven? I think he was already down.
I believe he was down, but even if he wasn't, his man lineman was able to fall on it regardless. That was a huge loss here for the Bison.
Well, we've talked about it all night tonight. The Bison have hurt themselves. When they've had positive momentum from the defensive side, the offense has not been able to convert anything on that. And
the ref just signaled that it is.
Wow.
I believe either the timeout was called. I believe they used their timeout,
yeah.
Rob. That's what it was. Thought he was signaling it was the ball had switched, but it will be Bison football, but a huge loss there, Rob.
2nd down, and we'll call it, Steven, about 30, just to make it easy.
15 seconds to go, and that is not the first play you want when you're trying to score late in the first half to finally get some points on the board.
Now, you started that drive on your own 48, and after that big miscue, and really, if you look back at it, Birch wasn't even ready for the ball. He was still looking over to his left when the snap came his way. Luckily, he was able to get back on it. He did the right thing by just diving on it. But, Steven, it goes all the way back near the 30. You're talking about a play that's almost 30-yard loss on it.
Yeah, and it just shows you how impactful each play and how important each play is. Communication on each and every play, because just one little hiccup, you can lose about 20-plus yards on a little mistake like that.
Well, they're all the way backed up now to their 28-yard line. It'll be second down and long from their own 28, 15 seconds. And they burned a timeout on that, didn't they, Stephen?
I believe,
so
yeah.
No timeouts remaining? Somebody did. I don't think.
Yeah, they said it was
Xtreme had
Bison.
Opportunity here, this time with trips to the right, spread out, 2 receivers, empty backfield for Birch. High snap, has it at the 20, has to dodge through a defender, one chasing him from the behind. Birch throws this one, heaves it over, right side, tipped up, and it looked like it was incomplete at the 45, the clock at 5 seconds, but Stephen, there's some laundry way back, 2 flags actually near the 25 on the backside of the field.
Yeah, there's a flag thrown. Flag laying right where he threw the football. It was actually, I think the ref threw it right before as he threw the football. I'm not sure if he had gotten past the line of scrimmage when he let go, or he was close, or if it was a defensive thing. But it looks like they're gonna walk him back anyway.
Lil Roach joining us tonight on the YouTube stream. Appreciate you joining us, man. Also, Peanut Jones. Got a couple of Xtreme fans out there. Appreciate you guys joining us tonight here on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Your team, if you're an Xtreme fan, you've got the lead right now, 14-0, 5 seconds to go. Again, our clock on the scoreboard may just be a few off, so that's just more as a guideline. We'll call it as we see it as well, so we'll keep you updated as much as we can. And it'll be second down. Well, third down now, right, Stephen? Yeah, it's third. It should be.
There was a flag on the play, so it may have knocked him.
Yeah, it knocked him back
and replay second down possibly.
Another flag taken here before this one even starts. My goodness. And they'll keep it at second down because of the flag.
And looked like he signaled offsides, I believe.
I think they're just trying to make a little drama here for this last 5 seconds.
So they'll actually gain a few yards on that call.
So take that penalty. No clock, of course, ran on the penalties. It's second down and still, we're just saying 30. That's about where it's at. It's all the way back near the 25-yard line. So with 5 seconds on the clock, the Capital City, they're going to risk it here, Stephen.
It's about a 34-yard gain to the first down, but that's not really going to matter in 5 seconds. They just either score or don't.
Birch in shotgun, trips to the left, 1 receiver to the right. He'll hand off to his back over on the left side, spinning around through 2 defenders, and that'll run the clock down at the 20-yard line. Well, it's been an interesting first half, a penalty-ridden inning to that first half, but really tonight, unfortunately for Capital City, causing some of the mistakes here. And luckily, they only trail 14-0. They could be down 3 scores right now. The defense for Capital City doing a great job tonight. The offense has got to pick up their pieces as well. 20-minute halftime. We'll step aside. We'll take a quick break. We'll try to get some of those names. Stay with us, friends. Capital City Bison football on the SHNSports.com broadcast network will resume in about 20 minutes.
We are just about set for the second half here of Capital City Bison football live on SHN Sports. Stephen Strong with you here tonight alongside Rob Hipp. And we are just about set for kickoff as the ball is up. It's a short kick, pops up, and it's going to be fielded at the 30-yard line, cutting up the left sideline and ridden down. Pretty tough tackle there, as it'll be Capital City football here just past the 40-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark it down at the 43-yard line. As we welcome you back here for the second half in a 14-0 ball game. The Xtreme and Capital City going up and down the field there in that first half, unable to get a whole lot going. However, the Xtreme were able to get a pick six in the second quarter, as well as a touchdown score. And that is where we find our score, 14-0. Capital City have shot themselves in the foot a lot throughout this game as they get the handoff up the middle there and taken down very quickly for a loss. Quick to the backfield. The back there, Alvin Smith on the carry. He loses a couple there. And that'll bring up a second and about 12, maybe 12 and a half here for the Bison. They had some moments there in the first half as they start Martinez back at quarterback here, as they kind of switched him out towards the end of that first half, with Birch getting some playing time at quarterback, and it'll be Martinez here in shotgun. Looking to throw, gets pressured, steps up the pocket, heaves it across the middle, and it falls incomplete. He was laid out, was his intended receiver. His driver trying to cut across the middle, threw a little behind him. The ball had no chance, but a big hit there. Lucky just to fall incomplete.
Oh, God, Mosley just lit him up. Check it out on the replay here as he came back, and Mosley just said, man, I ain't got time for this. Check this out, Stephen. Right there, just hit him and delivered early.
Big
baby. Brings up 3rd down and 12 for Capital City. This drive starting on their own 45. They've got to get to the Xtreme 47. And shotgun. Martinez scanning the field, and he loses the protection and a sack on the play. This time it is Bray Sr. coming up, delivering the dagger.
And nowhere really down the field to go for Martinez. He got pressure early, was trying to figure out how to navigate it. Looks left, looks right. There was no one. He may have missed a man on the left, but just too much pressure there, and he gets bottled up in the backfield. Should see a punt here for the Bison.
Yeah, it's 4th down, and we can just say 20, Nathan, to make it easy. We ain't got time for the yardage, Stephen. 4th down and long in any case. Capital City, unfortunately, will have to punt this one away. 2 set back to receive for the Xtreme. And once again for Capital City, unfortunately not able to convert here, Stephen, on their possession.
That's a high snap.
Yeah, bobbling the snap around here, and the punt's not even going to get away, and slammed down and tackled in the backfield for a loss is Carrasquillo. It's a good job there by Robinson and his teammate for the Xtreme. Coming up huge yet again, leading 14-0, 12:52 to go here in the third quarter. They'll get the ball for the first time here in the second half.
An excellent field position here to start for the Xtreme after the good punt coverage. Another tough snap here for the Bison, and we've seen that multiple times, kind of set them back on their offensive possessions. That time on special teams, as the Xtreme will try to go up 3 scores here on this drive out of halftime.
Well, the Xtreme will start this ball in their own red zone on the Capital City 16-yard line, leading 14-0, 12:52 to go here in the third quarter. And appreciate you starting this one off, Stephen. We were getting a few camera things worked out. We've got some potential thunderstorms moving in the area probably here within the next 20 minutes. There was some lightning over to our right earlier. We don't want that to get too close, but it's all but imminent here before too long. We may have a delay after this. Capital City on defense, the Xtreme their 6th possession of the night, first one of the second half. Moser will hand off to his back here, and it is Jones, the ball carrier, and a good stop on the play made early by Ellis Fulton.
Yeah, big-bodied Fulton there up the middle, getting in the backfield, and I believe they lost a yard in that carry.
We said the quarterback Boiser, is that right? Did I say that right? Boiser?
Yep, Boiser.
Okay. Boiser.
Bozier,
yeah. I was like, man, yeah, that's what it is. Man, my terminology is all whack today, Steven. 12:22 to go here on a 2nd down and 11. Bozier passes over to the left, has a man in the corner. That one knocked away. The intended receiver on the play couldn't come down with it. And a good defensive stop on the play. It was Alex Thompson saying, get that out of here, baby.
Yeah, Alex Thompson maybe a little undersized against that specific receiver. And thankfully he played the ball nicely, got in front of the ball and the receiver, and was almost had a chance at a pick there. Just falls incomplete in the back of the end zone and bring up 3rd and long here for the Xtreme.
The 3rd down and 11 for the Xtreme. Bozier in shotgun. His back offset to his right is Jones. And Capital City showing blitz, and they may have caused a flinch there. Warren on that left side for the Xtreme. We'll take a look at the replay. It is a false start. Let's look at the replay here, Steven.
Yeah, it looked like Bozier was expecting the snap, and it just didn't come, causing I think the receiver jumped.
Oh, it was over there
lineman
on the right side. Yeah, the right lineman was the one who jumped, number 92. Thought it was Harden. Jackson will break out of the huddle as a receiver to the right alongside Everman. One receiver down to the left. And Bozier in shotgun has his back offset to his right. 3rd down and 16. From their own 30-25. Bozier with 2 coming behind him, delivers here, and that one in the dirt, and the ball incomplete. On a 3rd down, it'll be 4th down and along 16. Good defense again there by the Capital City Bison.
Yeah, they're able to get in the backfield, force a little bit of pressure, just enough to make him roll out. And he had the man underneath on the short route, but he wouldn't have picked up the 1st down, and Bozier trying to hang on to it a little longer, find someone down the field, and it was just a low throw. Come up incomplete and force 4th down.
11:45 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Xtreme lead 14-0. Capital City trying to hold and do the work on the defensive end, where they have honestly did pretty well tonight. One of those scores for the Xtreme came on that 40-yard interception return. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, this offense has only put up 7 points. This is an offense that I want to say scored about 36 last game they had, and the Capital City defense is doing their job. Just need to do it again here on 4th down.
Bozier in shotgun, a back behind him. He'll take the high snap, has to dodge through one defender, almost able to pull him down, still on his feet. Stiff arms another one out of his way, still on his feet is Bozier. And a flag flies, and now he's brought down around the neck at the 35. Fancy footwork by Bozier, but Capital City doing some damage on the end of the play, and that one may be going against the Bison.
And Bozier says so. Man, what a stiff arm here by Bozier, spinning out of one sack and just refusing to let the other man get to him, as he kind of threw him down himself, stepped out of it, out of the hands, and finally got brought down from behind, finally by Moles, I believe, on the tackle.
Yeah, Moles had about enough on that play, and unfortunately it is a penalty against the Bison, a face masking penalty, and the personal foul there will result in an automatic 1st down.
Damn.
And here now.
That's killer. That's a killer penalty there for the Bison, as they had a chance to get off the field, and they do not do so, and it's a 1st down and short yardage here to the end zone for the Xtreme.
Well, a new quarterback in here now for the Xtreme. It's number 2. He'll be in shotgun, 1st down and 10 from just outside of his own 10. The handoff to number 4. And on the left side, a dive forward, a healthy gain there on 1st down by Hairston. A little trickeration kind of coming up there, Steven, with the new quarterback for a moment.
Yeah, he seems like a guy who can run. They were looking for him to possibly cut it outside, but instead he did hand it off up the middle. And they get a solid gain here on first down. And they can still pick up the first down without getting points as they get it, I believe, down to the 2.
Clayton Jones on the defensive end for Capital City will head back over to the sidelines, replaced by number 98. That's Jonathan Luna. 2nd down and 7. From just inside their own 10-yard line are the Xtreme. 11 minutes to go here in the third, leading 14-0. That same quarterback, number 2, in there right now. High snap over. He'll pitch over to the left side. And met by a herd of Bison and finally brought down inbounds. It was Hairston trying to angle his way. Good sportsmanship there by the Capital City Bison, as you saw Demetrius Moles helping him up.
Yeah, it was good play recognition by the entire Bison defense. They knew where it was going. They knew where he was headed, and they were able to bring him down for a slight loss.
Unfortunately for the Xtreme, trying to get that number on the quarterback, number 2. That's one I didn't grab. Oh, that's not sure who that number is out there.
3rd down here, and I believe a timeout has been called.
And a loss on the play. It'll be 3rd down, and is that 9 or about 8, Steven?
It's about 8. I think it was a 1-yard loss after the 2nd down play, and a timeout here called by the Bison. It's a pretty crucial play upcoming here for both teams. Xtreme trying to put a couple more points, trying to go up 3 scores. Capital City just trying to hang around, stay in this game, get their offense going enough to get back in it. It's still only a 2-score game. Rob, you touched on this at the very beginning of halftime, to only allow the Xtreme 14 points so far in this game and only 7 scored by their offense. The team that puts up points, they play well, and this defense has been strong enough. It's just got to get off the field more and have the offense stay around a little longer.
Yeah, and tonight it's just been that type of play, and the penalties really costing here for the Bison. And yet again, we see it on another long play. They commit that personal foul play, and it results in a first down. And here we are again, a 3rd down and a long 8 for the Xtreme. And ball resting right on their own 10-yard line on the left hash mark. Quarterback's number 2 there in shotgun. He'll have one back to either side and another one behind him. Hand off here. No, he'll roll to the right side. With room to run across, it is Hargrove, and he has the touchdown. Hargrove, the quarterback keeper, and Hargrove with a 10-yard run to put his team up 20-0. It's Hargrove, the quarterback, number 2.
Yeah, the second Hargrove checked into the ballgame at quarterback, they were a little afraid that he would try to keep it and run to that outside. He ended up handing off up the middle a few times in a row, and that time on 3rd down and 8, he's able to do exactly what they thought he would initially, and that time they were a little less prepared. Couldn't get to him on the outside, and he strolls in untouched to the right corner for the score for the Xtreme.
Dow set to try the extra point kick. He's made all 2, and this one is blocked. Good job by Capital City this time, and it'll remain 20-0. We'll go back and look at that block on the replay. Dow has been perfect on the first 2, but this one, or the first one, I beg your pardon, and he's made 2. And on this one, though, not able to capitalize on it. It was a good penetration through the line there. Man, 3 of them came across for Capital City, Steven.
Yeah, and if you're the Bison right now, you got to, and especially on the offensive end, you got to look at that and say, hey, if we score 3 touchdowns, we got 9:57 here left in the 3rd quarter, and we can get, 1 touchdown here on this drive, get a couple more before the end of this game, and we're actually winning if we can convert our extra point attempts. Just a 20-point contest. A lot of time left in this game. It is far from over.
Well, Peanut Jones on the YouTube live stream earlier saying thanks for the shout-out, guys. We love y'all, too. Let's go Xtreme. Appreciate you, Peanut. Mr. Harris in the house saying let's go Xtreme, finish strong. And then, Young Tacky sending us a message there. Young Tacky saying let's finish strong Xtreme. We need some Capital City fans on the stream tonight. Man, we have all Xtreme fans. We need some Capital City. We love you guys at the Xtreme, and we want to send a hello to all the Capital City. Of course, we broadcast for the Bison, but tonight, your Xtreme fans here, 20-0. Your team leading with 9:57 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, doing a great job keeping this undefeated season going so far.
Kickoff on the way from right to left. Total leather fielded just inside the 20. And running it back here is Capital City on the right side with room to run. And a nice return. Once again, it is Driver. Driver runs from one side all the way over the other. And he'll bring it up to around the 22-yard line on his own side of the field. We'll wait to see where the official spot is. Driver has been a bright spot for this Capital City Bison team tonight, Stephen.
Yeah, he's had 2 huge catches down the field. He's been returning kicks, getting Capital City in as good a field position as he can. He's been getting them down the field, and he's been a playmaker for this team. And on that time, you could see the conditions of the field a little bit, how they might impact the game. One of the special team members here for the Xtreme kind of slid down right as he was about to get to Driver. It's worth pointing out how slippery it is down there. It's been raining all day here in Central Texas.
They'll start this drive on their own 22-yard line, are the Bison of Capital City. Low snap here, handoff to the back, trying to plow his way forward, busting through heads, spinning around is Braxton Smith, and Smith putting a dagger at the end of the play. Looked like he was hit maybe before the yard line, but then able to cross over that first bound marker and gets the first down. That was a healthy run, Stephen, all the way up to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, like the two-headed attack that the Bison have here at running back, speedster and power man here. A little bit like USC back in the day, Reggie Bush, Lindell White type of thing.
Birch in shotgun will hand off to his back again, and again plowing his way forward is Braxton Smith. And Smith with another healthy carry, this time picking up about 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Capital City Bison. The ball resting on the right hash mark on the 42-yard line. Man, keep feeding the ball to Smith, man.
It's interesting to point out that Birch is back in at quarterback. They did put him in late in the first half. Neither quarterback has been able to put up points, but they go back to Birch here midway through the 3rd quarter.
2nd down and a long 6 on the right hash from just outside their own 40. A mishandled snap here, and Birch able to fall back down on it just in the nick of time. That'll result in a loss on the play, and once again, the damage to the Bison. They're doing it to themselves. Self-inflicted wounds will move the ball back to the 36-yard line. It'll be 3rd down. Well, they move it back up here, Stephen. It'll be 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of high snaps, low snaps, bad snaps, mistimed snaps, mishandling of the football, picking up the snap. It's got to wonder how much of this rain is playing a factor from earlier, and how wet the field is here. Ball may be a little slippery as it'll be 3rd and long here for the Bison.
3rd down and 11 just beyond their own 35-yard line on the right hash as Birch will step back, throws over his right shoulder, able to connect with his receiver for a gain back past the original line of scrimmage to around the 39. It was Driver yet again.
Yeah, when in doubt, just try to chuck it up to Driver, make him make a play. Fortunately, that time it didn't get a whole lot of yards, but he was able to catch it.
Need to get a new phone, Steven. Talking about earlier, man, this phone is so slow. I'm using it up here to take a couple of snaps that we're going to share later, but also to keep in touch with our friends there on YouTube who have been joining us on the stream here tonight. Hey, we got some Capital City fans watching. Rick Frazier saying, come on, Capital City. Appreciate you joining us, Rick Frazier. Your team, though, trailing 20-0. 4th down and 9 coming up, Stephen.
Yeah, Bison just taking a timeout, trying to talk this over. It's an important 4th down upcoming if they try to go for it. And it doesn't seem like they will. Still 7:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. They can get a stop here once again on defense, get the ball back. Not too late to make it some noise here in this game.
4th down and 9 for Capital City as they move from left to right. They've got the ball on their own 39-yard line on the right hash mark. An official here he's going to jump out of the way, and we should see a punt here for the Bison. Snap back, this one right into the hands of the punter. This is a high punt. It's going to roll end over end, still on its way, and it will spin, spiral, and stop at the 26-yard line. And if that's where it's fielded, that is where the Xtreme will take over with 7:01 to go here in the third quarter, leading 20-0. Steven, this third quarter is dragging, man. It is not going fast.
Nah, it's been pretty slow. I mean, we're only halfway through it-ish right now. On the bright side, though, the storms have not come in yet. Another threatening. Got shout out to Nathan here showing us the radar that's coming our way.
Luckily, the radar may be wrong right now because it shows green right over us, and no precipitation falling on us yet. But if that red cell heads this way, we're gonna be in some trouble, man. 7:01 to go, third quarter. Xtreme will take the ball back over after the punt for their 7th possession of the night. This is their second touch of the second quarter. A drive that started out on the Capital City 16. They were able to score on that 10-yard run by the quarterback keeper earlier on their last possession. It was Hargrove as the quarterback. And Hargrove, I believe, here. A fumble on the play. Capital City thinks that they have it, Steven.
Man, that would be huge. It was a fumble. It looks like they're going to mark him down. It's going to be the Xtreme football. May have been a little miscommunication. It looked like the quarterback was going to hand off, and the back wasn't sure. Maybe he thought it was a fake. As he starts to go, the back just didn't come to the football. He tried to reach for it, ends up knocking it out of the hands, and man, the Xtreme lucky to keep the ball here.
Bring up second down and 13 for the Xtreme. The ball just inside of their own 25-yard line, in between the hash marks. Pitch out to the left side. The back breaks through 2 tackles, still on his feet, angling to the left, and finally brought out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard marker. A good run on the play by Gamble. The fancy footwork there by Gamble as he broke through 2 early and able to extend the play. We'll see it here on the replay.
Yeah, hard running there just for a few yards. Love the heart of that run right there. He's able to get a couple of the yards back and then a couple more. Still third and long here upcoming for the Xtreme.
It'll be third down and looks about 8 from here. Just inside their own 30-yard line. We'll call it 3rd and 8 from the 28 on the left hash mark. And another quarterback. Is that Bozier's back in there now as the quarterback, Steven? He's been in there the last couple of plays, actually. Bozier under center. Triplets stacked up in a group to the left. One receiver all alone is the Lone Ranger to the right. With pressure behind him, the pass delivered. Caught at the 40, still on his feet, and finally out of bounds just inside the 50. A good, healthy catch there by number 2, Hargrove, who's been playing quarterback tonight.
Man, that's one of those things. Demetrius Moles was on the blitz. He coming off the right side, he was almost untouched, and he had a free run at Bozier there. It was just missed, and Bozier was able to get rid of the football right. He had no idea he was coming either. And on-target throw down the right side, and a huge gain there and a huge play there for the Xtreme to keep this drive going.
Jackson will line up as one of the receivers there as part of that triplet package to the right. One receiver is Hargrove to the left. Bozier under center yet again. One back behind him. Will roll and hand off to that back at the 45. Through one defender, the ball is fumbled. Capital City not able to get on it. Wow, the ball carrier who fumbled it goes right back into the hands of Carter, who was the one who lost it, Steven.
That is a huge break there for the Xtreme. Man, like you said, it flew back. Somehow ends back in the hands of the back there.
Yeah, it was 4 Capital City Bison players in the area, and one of them with his left shoulder knocked it right back to Carter.
Unbelievable there.
You can't get a break tonight if you're part of the herd, man.
Yeah, we've seen the Bison make a couple costly mistakes on their end. We've seen the Xtreme do the same thing, just pay less consequences than the Bison have. It's been one of those games here tonight.
That brings up, where are we at here, Steven? 2nd and 11. Bozier over to the right side, throws, has a man wide open and couldn't get the angle just outside the 20-yard line. The pass incomplete. He's wanting a flag, I believe. He's not going to get that. That was just over his shoulder and didn't have the right angle on it, Steven.
Yeah, it was Bozier was in the pocket he had to pump fake and then realized he could get it, but he just wasn't in the right stance and kind of had to rush that throw. That was all arm. It was a little off target. Otherwise, could have been a huge play there for the Xtreme.
Clock stopped at 3:20 here in the third quarter, just as I spoke earlier, saying things were moving slow, picking up a little bit of speed here. It'll be third down and a long 11 for the Xtreme. The ball resting on their side of the field as they move from right to left. That ball on the left hash mark on their own 49. Breaking out of the huddle. Bozier this time back into shotgun, has a back offset to his right. Two receivers to the right, two down also to the left. Joined in that package is number 18, Jackson. Bozier again in shotgun. He stands around his own 36-yard line.
Look out for Cobbs down on the bottom of your screen.
Pass back. Pressure on him, and he'll go down in the sack. The herd came and brought it, baby.
Man, 3 guys back in the backfield there. Got there immediately. He had no shot to even survey the field. And, of course, Demetrius Moles was back there with a couple of his teammates.
Yeah, Meshach said, "I've been to go, baby," and just threw him back on that one, Steven. Check it out on the replay.
Yeah, man, we've called Moles' name so many times. That time he won't get credited for the sack, but he very much is the reason it happened. He was the first one back there and caused Bozier to struggle a little bit.
Armas Hill on the play as well, doing a great job. That set him back 10 yards. It'll be fourth down and 20 now for the Xtreme, and they'll have to punt this one away. That's been a rare case tonight for the Xtreme.
Yeah, they had an excellent punt earlier in the game.
Punt on its way here, a short one, and Capital City just needs to move out of the way of this one, and they will, and the ball rolls back to the 30-yard line. As where Capital City will touch the ball for the 9th time tonight, the 3rd time here in the second half with 2:16 to go in the third, trailing 20-0. Steven, if they can get something together here on the offensive end, because on the defense they have played pretty good tonight versus a very highly athletic and very good, capable team in the Texas Xtreme. If they can get something on offense, they've still got plenty of time with 2:16 here in the third and then all that time in the fourth. They just got to start playing smart and not doing all the impaling on themselves.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, you can make a case this is possibly the most important drive of the game so far, well, even in general here for the Bison. If they can get some sort of positivity, some sort of points on the board, prove to themselves that they can do it against this Xtreme defense, it'd be huge moving forward for the rest of this game entering the fourth quarter.
First down and 10 from their own 30. The handoff from Birch over to the left side, and his back will carry the load over to that left side and picks up maybe 7 on the play. Healthy yardage gained there on first down by none other than Braxton Smith, who has been busy tonight. He'll pick up 6 on the play. It'll be second down and 4.
Yeah, we saw a lot of Alvin Smith as he checks back into the game for the Bison on that first half early on, but so far in the second half, Braxton Smith has been the primary ball carrier, and he's been getting things done here to bring up about a second and short.
He'll actually pick up 7. It'll be second down and 3, just outside of their own 35, near the 40. Handoff to the back in the backfield here. This time it is Smith, and great protection holding on to that ball as they were trying to strip it from him, and Smith will have enough for a Capital City Bison first down. Chains will move, and that's positive yardage.
And it's just great for this Bison team to have 2 guys in the backfield that one can kind of shift and get in the open space. The other will lower his shoulder and power through, as evident here on the first few plays of this drive.
We got to talk about some of those big men on the line there. Daniel Nichols, the offensive liner, Dwan Sheffield. They have been doing phenomenal work there on that offensive end, giving some of these penetration runs. It'll be first down and 10 from their own 41 now. Birch, high snap and a shotgun, will hand off again to Smith. Braxton finding a lane in the middle, will continue his footwork up front, and will pick up around 6 on the play. Should bring up second down and 4. There's another healthy run on first down.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about Braxton's power. He's got some moves in him, too. He's a little shifty once he gets in between the tackles, and proved it there on that run.
Quickly back to the line, second down and 4 inside the 50 now. Smith yet again, this time a head-on collision, using his big body, turning backwards, and he will still pick up 2 yards on the play. It'll bring up third down and a short 2. They've got to get to the Xtreme 49.
Yeah, tough 2 yards there. It brings up third and short, and that might have been the last play of this third quarter.
And that it is, as you see on your video screen there, Braxton Smith, who has had a phenomenal third quarter. His offensive side of the ball, though, just needs to punch the ticket in and get on the board tonight. Trailing 20-0, 15 minutes to go here in the final frame of action. We'll keep things right here, and we want to thank again some of our wonderful sponsors here tonight.
Yeah, Big Frog Custom T-Shirt Company in Round Rock here at 2051 Gaddis School Road here in Round Rock, Texas. Also House of Bounce, located right here in Round Rock. House of Bounce, RRTX.com is where you'll find all of your bouncy house needs, as well as Cotton Patch Cafe.
I'm getting hungry, man.
Located in Round Rock. You'll find them at 1700 East Palm Valley Boulevard, Suite 580, as well as Chicken Wang Kang. Be sure to like them on Facebook. You'll find them on Facebook at Chicken Wang Kang. And we appreciate their sponsorship here on SHN Sports for Capital City Bison football.
You bet I'm going to have to holler at them and have – Steven, you do a lot of awesome music, man. I'm going to have to call them and say, Steven, you need to come up with a song for Chicken Wang Kang.
Do a little jingle. The Wang Kang going.
We appreciate those guys.
Do the Wang Kang.
And also Moment Enshrined Photography. Thank you for your generous support. We'll flip script now as we go from right to left. Third down and a short 2 for Capital City on their own 49. Birch in shotgun standing just at the 34. Will hand off to the left side and met immediately for a loss of 1 on the play. Great defense by the Xtreme on that play, and the ball carrier for Capital City was Sammy Wheeler. And, Steven, I know this is your first game here with Capital City, but normally with Sammy Wheeler, we're able to say keep those big wheels turning, baby, but tonight he has been shut down.
Yeah, man, he got basically stopped at the line of scrimmage. I think he actually may have lost a yard or half a yard, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. No choice but to go for it there, as you're going to see Wheeler come off the field, and Braxton Smith checks back in.
I think in this situation, a 4th down and about 3, you got to put it into the hands of Smith. He has been able to gain big, healthy yards every time he has touched the ball here for the most part tonight. It'll be 4th down and about 3 from their own 48-yard line.
They know they're going to give it to him, too.
Stepping back is Birch, looking, throwing, passing, has the catch, has the first down on the left side. That was a gutsy play call and a great effort there made by the Bison. It goes right into the hands of number 18, Carl Stewart.
Yeah, that was a gutsy play call, like you said, Rob, but it was the right play call. Everyone bought in on Braxton Smith to get the draw up the middle. They do the play action, and a good throw by Birch on the run, on the roll, and they keep the chains moving.
Keep the drive alive here now in Xtreme territory on the 46-yard line on the left hash. It's 1st down and 10. Birch in shotgun, a back to his right, will hand off to that back. Powering his way forward, leaping over one defender. What a play, baby, across the 30. Wow.
Yeah, we are going to have to take another look at that. That hurdle over the man in the middle. Just incredible running by Braxton Smith.
Yeah, Smith continuing his domination tonight on those yardage plays. Here it is on the replay. Oh, my goodness. As he leaps right over number 14.
It's a man's lateral right there, or hurdle right there.
Well, it's enough for a 1st down, and now it's just inside the 30-yard line. 1st down and 10. Once again, the chains move. Can Capital City capitalize? Pitch over to the left side yet again. This time it's Alvin Smith. Smith lowers his shoulder and pegs his way forward. Smith picking up a healthy gain on 1st down. He'll have the ball, Steven. It looks like about a carry of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. And they give him actually 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Nice little trash talk going down after that play. Big hit taken by Alvin Smith as he's able to pop right back up in a solid run there.
Capital City trying to get into the red zone tonight for the 2nd time and capitalize on it. Handoff over to Smith again. Smith trying to break through a spin-around tackle, still on his feet, and a hard-fought lunge forward, but he's going to lose a couple on the play. It'll be 2nd down and a long 7. Lost 1. It's a good effort by Smith, but just couldn't get there, Steven.
Yeah, I was able to make the first 2 or 3 miss, but just never-ending defense coming from the Xtreme and good pursuit of the football, refusing to let him gain anything as he loses that 1.
3rd down and 7 for Capital City. on their own 27, or beg your pardon, on the Xtreme 27-yard line. Birch shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to either side. Delayed handoff. No, he'll keep it. Darting through defenders. Birch still on his feet. Finds a rhythm up the center. Lunges his way forward. And, Steven, he's going to be close to the first down marker. He may have just been inches short.
Yeah, we know he's a speedy guy. We saw his arm strength earlier in the game on a deep ball to Driver. That time kind of shifting around, hanging in the pocket as long as he could until he saw that opening up the middle. And as you said, Rob, very close to a first down. He's inches away. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, give a credit to number 59 there on the defense for the Xtreme. If he wasn't there, that would have been a first down. He put up the brick wall, and it's 4th down and about half a yard. The ball just inside the red zone on the 21-yard line of the Xtreme. Capital City trying to convert on a second 4th down here on this drive. On the right hash mark, snap back, handoff over, has the first down and more across the 10 on the right side. Still on his feet, and it's going to take several Xtreme defenders to bring him down. A great effort and run on the play there on the right side. It was number 11, Sammy Wheeler, and now we can say it. Keep those big wheels turning, baby.
Yeah, Wheeler was shut down on a 3rd and short earlier on this drive. That time he says, hey, give it to me again. I'll get the job done, as he has a huge gain there and gets him into scoring. Another scoring opportunity here for the Bison. We'll see if they can get their first points of the ball game here with about 10-10 left in the 4th quarter.
Well, a drive that started on their own 30-yard line. They're now in the red zone near the 10-yard line. Capital City threatening. Still plenty of time, but they have got to start scoring here. 10-10 to go in the final frame of play in the 4th quarter, trailing 20-0. Once again, we want to thank Big Frog Custom T-Shirt Company, the Round Rock location only, the main headline sponsor here for the Capital City Bison. For all of your T-shirt custom needs, be sure to look them up on Facebook, Big Frog Shirt Company. We also want to thank House of Bounce in Round Rock, Texas, for all of your party bouncing needs. Keep those little kids busy. Put them to sleep early after they get in the House of Bounce. You can check them out at houseofbouncerrtx.com.
Man, I'm not sure House of Bounce is strictly for the kids. I mean, I was at a restaurant the other day, and I saw a neighbor in some neighborhood had a bouncy house in their front yard going. No one was in it, and I was like, man, I kind of want to go over and hop in there. Bouncy houses are fun, so definitely shout out House of Bounce in Round Rock. And
I bet Jeremy Tracy will hook you up with a good deal on
yeah,
one.
you
Holler
think
at
so?
him, man.
Hey, I might have to.
That's his company.
Why not?
So
get a big one, get some friends going. Never too old.
First down and goal as the ball is spotted at the 9-yard line. So 1st and goal for Capital City. First time they've been in this situation tonight. The handoff here in the back, and this time Smith had nowhere to run, and Smith is going to be stopped for a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
Yeah, Braxton just got hung on long enough there in the backfield to slow him down and allow the Xtreme to catch up to him. Almost was able to break that tackle off. It just slowed him down, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down here.
Well, under 10 minutes to go here in the game. Capital City taking their time, though. They've got to move here, Steven. They're taking a lot of time in this huddle. I just wanting to get the right play call, but, I said earlier they've got some time, but as that clock continues to run, it's definitely not their friend right now. Breaking out of the huddle, it'll be 2nd down and goal. The ball backed up just shy of the 10-yard line, resting on about the 11. Birch there as the quarterback. Smith in motion. Smith his back to the right. Birch instead going to roll here to the right. Looks over, passing, has his man, has the completion, has the Capital City Bison touchdown into the hands of number 5, Alvin Smith. 11-yard strike, baby.
Man, you can tell Alvin Smith was so open on the right side. Birch was looking left at first for most of the play. Alvin Smith was almost hesitant to cut up field because he knew he would be open. He didn't want to do it too early. Kind of waved down Birch, and Birch let it go just in time. Got it in stride to Smith for the touchdown, and Capital City is right back in this game. 9:14 to go here in the 4th quarter. Got ourselves a ball game. It looks like they're going to go for 2 here, Rob.
Yeah, Capital City, that's one area that they really haven't had as a kicking game. You see them go for 2 a lot here. Birch in shotgun. Smith offset to his left. On the 2-point conversion try, Birch will roll to his left with 3 Xtreme chasing him. Heaves this one up, and it is incomplete. Intended to his receiver on the play was Driver, not able to haul it down.
Yeah, we know Driver has a vertical. He's gotten some of those 50-50 balls. There wasn't really much of a choice here for Birch. Getting pressured heavily. Just kind of had to hope and heave it up there. Just a little too high out the back of the end zone. He'll bring up the kick here for this Capital City as they get their first points of the game. A little bit of a long drive, but they finally were able to execute play after play and get it going.
And you got to wonder here, will Capital City, with 9:16 to go, they only got 2 timeouts remaining, if I'm not mistaken. Will they look early? Is this too much time here, Steven, to do an onside kick? We'll see what they have up their sleeve here.
You know, I mean, I think you consider it. If it's me, I wouldn't. 9:14 to go. Your defense has had a heck of a game so far. And you got some momentum here on your side. Your offense finally put up points. I would say just try to kick it deep. See if you can get a quick stop. Give it back to your offense. Try to keep it rolling.
If it was Madden 95 on the Sega Genesis, Dallas Cowboys versus the horrible New England Patriots back then, you definitely do the onside kick and you get your score up to about 150-0.
Right. Of course. No doubt.
That was always fun. Every kick was an onside kick back on the Genesis, man. Come on, Steve. Well, as far as they line up here, they look like they're going to go for it, or as far as a deep one.
Got to get your 99 overall created player to dominate in that game.
And they do a little short squib kick here, and it will sail right into the hands of a Xtreme returnman. And number 24 has it there, and that's going to be excellent field position here for the Xtreme on their 8th possession of the afternoon.
That was interesting. Almost seemed a little risky. 24 came flying in from the side. Number 3 there for the
almost
Xtreme. Yeah, he was gonna. He thought he had it, but as we said earlier, just about everything going the Xtreme's way so far.
Nathan, how's the weather looking? Or is that storm still moving this way? Yeah, right on the edge of it we are. So maybe we can get this one over with. 9:12 to go. Maybe we can get it over in time. Here's what's going to happen, friends, because our camera's out on the film deck tonight. We don't have weather protection up there, so unfortunately we'll have to go to audio only and try to get a camera in here if it does start raining. Here on this play, penetration from Capital City across. We'll see if it's encroachment or if it's offsides on the Xtreme. Let's go back and look at this one, Steven, and see who moved. Take a second for him to get up here to the line. We hit the buffer pretty early on this replay sequence.
They're set there in 19.
Yep. There was a move, though, back here. 56 move for the Xtreme.
Yeah, it was caused by 19 kind of coming.
I don't think he came across, though, Steven. Look at the replay here. We'll take one more look at it. I mean, it's not going to affect anything here because it goes against Capital City. It'll be 1st down and 5. Here's 19 coming across. And
yeah, he did jump. He leaned forward, and I believe at that point the offensive lineman can react.
1st down and 5, and another jump here, and this time it's going to go back because this time the left lineman moved for the Xtreme, so we'll go back to 1st down and 10.
It all works out in the end.
Only thing it's affecting right now is that thunderstorm that's coming this way, and no time ran off the clock here. Yeah, that time it was 55, and you saw there banging his helmet.
Yeah, he realized he knew he made a mistake there.
Well, again, thanks for joining us tonight, friends, here on SHN Sports. Rob Hipp alongside Steven Strong, Capital City Bison football. The Bison trailing 20-6, 9:11 to go here in the 4th quarter. 1st down and 10 from just outside the 50. Oh, my goodness. It was a wild play by Bozier. That is a dangerous play, too, Steven, because when you have legs flying out like that, that's where you normally see some pretty rough knee injuries. Look at this on the replay by Bozier. He was just dangling all over the place. Still gets a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, it's as if the defender really only hit that right leg of his. He went flying in the air, but thankfully he was able to land safely.
And luckily, Bozier able to get back up here. 2nd down and 8 for the Xtreme on their own 46. Bozier shotgun, hands off to his back, guts it up the middle, has enough for the 1st down and more. Across the forward progress to the 45. The ball flies out at the end of the play, but the whistles have already been drawn. And there was a good run there by number 3 for the Xtreme. 8:15 to go, Steven. And the clock running.
It's been a good turnout here for both teams. Nice crowd out here. It's been a really nice night. I know we keep talking about this threatening weather. We promise it is coming at some point, but
I warned the fans they're going to think I'm a liar, Stephen.
I know that's what I was thinking earlier. You're telling everyone watch out, but so far so good here tonight.
First down and 10 inside Capital City territory now are the Xtreme on the 44-yard line. Snap back over to Bozier. Good protection early. Now it's starting to break down. Bozier will heave one up over to the left side. Up, and that one is not caught. And, man, that could have almost been a pass interference, and it falls late. I was about to say he was draped over him like a cheap suit on that play.
Yeah, the flag was very late, but may turn out to be the right call.
Yeah, you take a cheap suit and you just throw it over the back of the chair. You take a nice one, you put it up in the closet. That was a cheap one.
Yeah, good throw there by Bozier. Good job avoiding the pressure long enough to be able to get it off.
And here on the play, Stephen, they do call it. It'll be first down and 10 here. We'll see what the flag is, though, actually. I don't know if that was a pass interference play, Stephen. It is not. It's a penalty against the Xtreme. Offensive pass interference.
Yeah.
So the cloth was draped the other way.
And they're going to call it a push-off. That's
good.
why you saw so much separation. Still wasn't unable to get the catch, though, so he ends up paying for it anyway.
And the ball all the way back to the 41-yard line. It'll be first down. And they'll move. That's a 15-yard variety, so we'll go back. Stephen, first down and 25. They've got to get all the way up to the Capital City Bison 35. The ball resting currently just outside of their own 40, in between the hash marks. It'll be first down and 25. Well, a good break here for the Bison, trailing 20-6, 7:32 to go. They've still got those 2 timeouts remaining. Time, though, clearly not on their side right now. Bozier in shotgun. He'll stand just inside or outside of his own 35 at the 36. We'll step back. The protection is there. We'll throw over and in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Jackson. And Jackson just couldn't believe he tried to go upfield there, Stephen, on that right side before he even had the ball, and he's frustrated with himself on that one, obviously.
Yeah, he had a lot of pressure coming at him. It's one of those throws that doesn't seem like it's super hard. I mean, it's just to the right side, but the way the angle is and the pressure in your face, it is a hard throw, and unable to connect there, bring up second and long.
Second and 25, again from their own 41. Bozier shotgun, trips in a group to the right, one Lone Ranger to the left. This time the penetration coming. It's knocked up into the air and incomplete. Great job on the play by the defense, coming off the fingertips of Clayton Jones. Take a look at this on the replay. Jones got the penetration. And you'll see it again here in just a moment. There's no blocking him. They brought 4 up front. 2 of them were able to break through on the right side, and Jones got that right hand up. It's a beautiful play. Well, the incompletes, though, continue to stop the clock. That's good for Capital City. It'll be third down and along 25.
Yeah, this is a drive that seems like the Xtreme have had it for a while, but not much time has come off the clock. An opportunity here on these next play or two to get the ball back for the Bison. Just got to get a stop here.
Third down and 25. Ball remains on their own 41. In between the hash marks, Bozier this time under center. Triplets closer to the left. One receiver all alone down to the right. A little give and go action here on an end around Trickaruski over to the left side. Still on his feet, diving forward and back into Capital City territory, but well short of the first down. This ball all the way to the Capital City 48, but again, it is going to be fourth and long here. It was a good little trickeration play. They've got to get all the way to the Capital City 34 for the first down. We'll call it third down, or fourth down, beg your pardon, and about 14. So fourth and 14, they pick up 9 on a third and 25.
That's exactly what the Bison needed as they are about to get the ball back. Just
around 7:18 to go here in the final action of this game. Capital City needs the stop, trailing 20-6. Can they get it? The defenses came up huge on this drive. Really, though, that offensive pass interference is what's hurting, and they're going to punt this one away, of course. So they will get it back. Watch out for a trick play here. I don't think the Xtreme would do that. It'd be too risky at this point.
And the back judge threw a flag here. I believe it's a delay of game.
It is a delay of game against the Xtreme, and that'll set them back 5 more yards. It'll be 4th down and 19. Beg your pardon, 4th down and 19.
And the Xtreme getting kind of lackluster here as this game has gone on. I mean, they have the somewhat comfortable lead and have been in control of this game throughout, but a couple hiccups and a little laziness here by the Xtreme as Capital City trying to fight back in this game.
One setback to receive for the Bison. High snap here, able to haul it down. Almost blocked, got it away. Beautiful booming punt. And it'll take a drop inside near the 10. Capital City's got to move out of the way of this one, and they do at the last moment. That has been one issue this season, the games that we have called where they get so close, and we've seen a couple of them that have resulted in fumbles because the ball touched them. Here, though, able to get out of the way just in the nick of time. And Capital City will have an opportunity here, Steven. 7:04 to go here in the fourth quarter, and we'll take a look at what I was talking about here on the replay is you got guys that get kind of close. You didn't see it there. They moved out at the last moment. Well, this ball resting after the punt, and it was a beautiful punt. The ball resting all the way back to the 4-yard line. They will have to go 96 yards.
Yeah, the Xtreme definitely doing their part to make it as difficult as possible for the Bison to stick around and hang around and get back in this game. It's going to take a heck of a drive here, starting inside the 5.
20-6 your score. Capital City trailing, but trying to get another drive alive. They scored on their last one that started out on their own 30. They went down 70 yards, capped off by the 11-yard pass to Alvin Smith. 1st down and 10 from their own 5. They elect to run this ball here. It's been effective with Smith, but this time he has stopped and his helmet even popped off at the end of that play. Smith maybe back to the original line of scrimmage or maybe a gain of 1, Steven. I think they give him 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, and of course he'll have to check out of the ball game after the short gain. As you said, Rob, that'll keep the clock moving. It'll take a lot of time here in between plays.
Yeah, clock management a key here, and after that run and only a short gain, you're losing a lot of time. You called it out, Steven. 6:30 to go here in this fourth quarter. Team trailing by 14, 20-6. Again, we appreciate you joining us here tonight. Hopefully what will become an exciting finish here at Cedar Ridge High School practice field, and the Bison will take their second time out, though. That is crucial. They've only got 1 remaining here with 6:17 to go, Steven.
Yeah, they're going to want to talk this over. It's a tough time to take a timeout, but it'll be interesting to see what they do here on a 2nd and long, deep in their own end zone. They ran it up the middle in their first down, didn't get very much. We've seen them have success going down the field from both quarterbacks that have played tonight, both Martinez and Birch, getting down the field to Driver. And Driver has made some big plays tonight. We'll see if he can line up on the outside if they do choose to throw it. He's been in double coverage, triple coverage, and still come down with the football. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be so far backed up in their own end zone. Because it is going to be a 2nd and 9 coming out of the timeout here for the Bison.
Well, that it is, and we'll see what they can do here with 6:17 to go. 2nd down and 9. They've got to get up past the 15 for the 1st down. A lot of time off the clock. Smith in the backfield. He'll run over as a receiver to the right. Birch will look his way. Passes over to Smith, and this one in and out of his hands, and it's incomplete at the 5. Well, the only positive there is if he would have caught it, he would have been smacked down. More clock would have ran. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise that was incomplete because it would have been a loss on the play regardless, and the clock would have ran.
Yeah, Smith had kind of realized on his route that he was going to get stopped anyway. He kind of stopped in place, and Birch led him on a little bit, made it a little bit of a more difficult catch, and it fell incomplete.
Roosevelt now heading back over to the bench now for the Capital City Bison. .6:12 to go. 3rd down and 9, maybe closer to 8. We'll still call it 9 here. They got to get to the 15. The ball just inside. Birch stepping back, looking over, across midfield. That one way too high to Driver. Oh, man, it was close, Steven. If he could have got him, that would have been a big play, but just wasn't able to find him.
Yeah, it was an excellent route put together there by Driver. He was cutting across the middle. And he had beaten his man. He had a good spot to get it. Just a little pressure in the face of Birch and overthrew him. Tough break there for the Bison and bring up 4th and 8.
Of course, here you got to go for it.
Yeah, all in here on this play. If they don't convert, it's going to give the ball back to the Xtreme inside their own, just outside the 5, about their own, or about the Bison 6 here.
4th down and 9 from just on their own 5. Birch, all in the money now. Dodging defenders, left side, he's it up. And well out of the reach on the left side. It was a good effort to Driver and incomplete. And with 6 minutes to go here, that's a turnover on downs. An excellent field position for the Xtreme.
And it's honestly not a bad throw here from Birch. He was going Driver the whole way, never looked anywhere else. He was it down the left sideline, just a little too far out of the reach of the outstretched fingers of Driver.
Yeah, it was a good look, Steven, because if he was just about 2 feet back on that pass, that young man could have went 95 yards and made this interesting. Unfortunately, now it's a turnover on downs. 1st down and goal for the Xtreme on their Capital City 6-yard line.
We'll see Bozier under center here.
Bozier is under center. He'll hand off to his back and hits a brick wall of the herd. And no gain on the play, if anything. Maybe they gave him 1. Whistles blow late. Man, they didn't bring him down. He was still on his feet as he's bouncing around. They had to finally blow the whistle there, Steven. My goodness. Ooh. Ooh.
Man, let me tell you how quick is Demetrius Moles. I mean, he was on the back of Bozier as he was handing off. He was able to hand off. Moles had to get off of him, but he was right there on him.
Well, the clock running. It's 5:58 and ticking here at Cedar Ridge High School, and now a timeout is called on the field by, well, they say run the clock, actually. I thought there was a timeout, Steven.
Yeah, I mean,
well, now, what's going on, guys?
They've been going back
run
and
the clock, timeout.
I feel like one ref is calling the timeout, the other ref saying keep the clock going.
They wanted to run a little bit more off the clock is what it was. There we go. Timeout on the field. Who took that timeout? I would assume Capital City. And if that is, that's their 3rd and final timeout of the game.
No, they're going to, I believe they said it was the Xtreme timeout.
I didn't see the official signal down there.
He just signaled right before, right after he said that. It was white.
He heard us. Bring the
Just
herd.
answering our questions.
2nd down and goal. From around the 6. Handoff to the back on the left side, and he'll be close, maybe stopped about 2 yards short. It'll bring up 3rd down and goal for the Xtreme, leading 20-6, 5:30 to go, clock running.
Yeah, quick little handoff there. Fullback dive. As they'll line up quickly back to the line of scrimmage here. 3rd and goal. Just outside the goal line here. Only need a couple.
3rd and goal, 2 yards to go. Handoff up the middle and stopped at the line. 1 yard short. And we've got an injury here on the field, unfortunately. The Xtreme. We'll take a look at the replay. He's calling over there, clearly in pain. It's unfortunate you get down here and you don't want to see those type of injuries, especially late in the game. See if we can see what it is here on the replay. It was the blocker. Oh, he got hit. Oh, my goodness.
They tried a similar play there. Just instead of the fullback handoff, they went with the deep back, the running back.
We'll take one more look here, Steven.
Fullback just kind of got crunched.
Yeah, he was putting a block there on that left side and just got crunched up under his own guy. That's going to be one of those knee injuries, unfortunately, I think. Well, we will step aside and take a quick break with 5:03 to go. Injury timeout here at Cedar Ridge High School. The Capital City Bison trailing the Xtreme 20-6. We'll be right back here in just a few moments. Well, friends, we are still in injury timeout here. 5:03 to go in the fourth quarter. The Xtreme lead 20-6. The injured player for the Xtreme still being assisted on the field. We'll step aside and take a quick break. Stay with us, friends. We'll put it back on the spinning logo. We'll be back as soon as action resumes here from Cedar Ridge High School in Round Rock, Texas. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Welcome back to Cedar Ridge High School, the campus here on the practice field. Rob Hipp alongside Stephen Strong after the injury timeout. About to resume play here in just a few moments. Definite prayers there with the young man from the Xtreme team who had a pretty rough leg injury. It is 4th down and goal here, Stephen. Handoff, and he will be stopped. Capital City gets a big stuff on 4th down, and they'll get the ball back. The defense tonight, Stephen, has been phenomenal for the Bison.
Yeah, who else back there but other than Demetrius Moles and the rest of his squad immediately getting to the backfield. Had no shot. Moles the first man to him and did not let him get any room, as the Bison will get the ball back once again deep in their own territory, but they did not give up a score. Still have a shot here with about 4:49 left here in this fourth quarter.
Well, their last drive started out on their own 4 with 6 minutes to go, so a little more than a minute burned off the clock here. They'll start on their own 5. So, Stephen, they picked up a yard. 95 yards to go. Capital City trailing 20-6 here with 4:49 to go in this game. They'll have the ball on their own 5-yard line. The Bison trying to strike here, and if I have it written down right, they've still got that one timeout remaining. Birch will throw over to the left side and out of the reach of Driver. Or no, beg your pardon, that wasn't Driver. That was number 18, Carl Stewart. Incomplete. That'll stop the clock at 4:46.
Yeah, on the bright side, you don't give up or you don't lose much time there. As a quick out. Just fell incomplete. And bring up 2nd down here.
It'll be 2nd down and 10. Nathan doing a great job tonight running our new clock system. Appreciate you, Nathan, and keeping up with the score and everything. I know sometimes maybe a little delayed, but Nathan is an octopus up here moving around everywhere. 2nd down and 10 from the 5. Birch all day on this one. Throws over the left side, and this time way too short at the feet of Stewart.
It was a similar play there. That time he had a little bit longer to try to find another man. Ended up not being able to, trying to throw it to the same receiver from the previous play. It was Carl Stewart, and that's instead of being long, it was short.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 10, and Carl, I don't have a future as a weatherman, that's for sure. Told folks that storm will probably be here in 20 minutes. It's stalled is what's happened down in Buda.
And I'll forgive that you just called me Carl.
No, I didn't. In my head, I said Steve. You just didn't hear me.
Oh, okay.
I said
my
Carl
apologies.
in my mouth.
My apologies.
Well, Carl, you know, I was trying to tell Carl, and he wasn't here to listen. So,
right.
Stephen, will you listen?
It's really his fault. I'm here for you. I'm here for you, Rob.
It's getting late, man. What is 9:40 as we are here. 3rd down and 10 from their own 5. Capital City was still trying to get a few little last breaths of life here and get back into this game. Birch chased down, thrown down, and throws this one away as he's knocked back. Great defense by the Xtreme, and we'll face another 4th down here.
Yeah, he was so far back in his own end zone that I'm surprised he got that off at all.
Yeah. Fortunately, somehow we lost signal. Steven, I'll let you take it over here. We'll get that figured out. Sorry about that, folks.
Yeah, it'll be a 3rd down and 10 upcoming here for the Bison. Still at their own 5 after 2 incompletions. 4:35 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Bison just trying to stay alive, and I beg your pardon, it's actually 4th down and 10 here. It'll be Birch and shotgun, 2 receivers wide on each side as he drops back and begins to run, spins out of a tackle, and then is brought down for the sack. It'll be a loss of about 1. So he really just had nowhere to go, and that is a turnover on down, so the ball will go back to the Xtreme. And we've had possibly about like over 10 plus plays in this area of the field in a row. As, Capital City has been unable to get out of this area. Another turnover on downs here, and the Xtreme were unable to score at all after they had the opportunity to there on their last possession. They'll get another one here inside the 10. Excuse me, it's inside the 5. It's their start at the Bison 3-yard line. Your score with the Xtreme up 20-6 here on your Capital City Bison. 4:29 to go here in the fourth quarter. And Bozier will be under center again. He's got 2 receivers wide up top to his left, 1 down to his right, and 2 backs in the backfield. A nice toss to the left, and it is read nicely by that Bison D as they are able to bring him down for a good loss. Good penetration by that defensive front. They were everywhere in the backfield, nowhere to go for the back. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and goal here. And this defense has been impressive throughout this game. But as of right now, time is not on the side of the Bison as we now enter under 3:50 to go here in the ball game. And now Bozier will be in shotgun. 2 receivers up top to his left, 2 down to his right as a man will come in motion from right to left. So 3 to the left, and he'll turn and hand it off to his back. Gets stopped up the middle and then cuts up the left sideline, and he is in for the touchdown as the Xtreme increased their lead here with 3:33 remaining here in the ball game. And the Xtreme gets 6 more here to go up 26-6. And it's been a valiant effort here by the Bison defense. They've come through time after time here in this game, but unfortunately there on the 2nd time around for a drive to start inside the 5 here for the Xtreme. They punch it in. And it looks like they're going to try to go for 2 here after missing the extra point on their last touchdown. It'll be the 2-point attempt here. Bozier in shotgun with 2 receivers wide on each side. He's got a back standing in the right next to him to his left. As Bozier awaits the snap. High snap, gets it down. Fade to the left, to the right corner of the end zone. It is caught. And was he in? He was. So the 2-point conversion is successful. Just a heck of a catch there. Way to keep his feet in bounds. Throw was on the money. And the 2-point conversion is good here for the Xtreme. It'll be a 28-6 lead over the Capital City Bison with 3:33 to go here in the fourth quarter. I want to thank you for tuning in here tonight on SHN Sports to Capital City Bison football. Of course, I want to shout out our sponsors here for Capital City, Big Frog Custom T-Shirt Company, located in Round Rock right here at 2051 Gaddis School Road, as well as House of Bounce in Round Rock, Texas. You can find them online on their website at houseofbouncerrtx.com. And, of course, Cotton Patch Cafe over on Palm Valley Boulevard, Suite 580, located at 1700 East Palm Valley Boulevard here in Round Rock. And to welcome you back, Rob. Got the video going here once again.
Yeah, the reason it went down, there was a little bit of rain up there on the roof, and we didn't want to take any risk here, especially, with this one all but over. I know there's still 3:33 on the clock. We want to make sure we get as much video as we can, but we didn't want to lose our equipment out there to any moisture. There was some raindrops starting to come down. Good return here by the Bison as they trail 28-6 with 3:23 to go here in the game. The camera may be a little bit jumpy here as we don't have it on a tripod. We don't have much room here in the press box, but Austin doing a great job with what he's got there. Good job tonight, Austin. We appreciate you.
Yeah, it was a good return there by Driver. You saw once he cut up the left sideline, he really turned on the jets. He picked up a huge chunk of yards and is near midfield.
Yeah, that's why, again, that video went down for just a few minutes as we were scrambling.
So Capital City taking over here with 3:23 to go left in the ball game. And they'll be first down and 10 from their own 48-yard line. I believe we have a new quarterback in the game. And it's number 12. Saw him play a little bit earlier as it's handed off up the middle and picking up the first down. A gain of 11 there to Alvin Smith. So he's had some bright moments here in this game. He's a speedster. And it'll be Carrasquillo at quarterback now as he takes the snap, hands it off up the middle once again, and plugging forward, dragging people with him, and picking up about 8 yards, maybe 9 on the play, is Alvin Smith on the carry. Be enough just shy of the first down, bring up second down and 1 with 2:38 and counting to go here. Carrasquillo and shotgun, 2 receivers wide on each side. This time he fakes a handoff, spins out of a sack, steps up in the pocket, up the middle, heaves it down the field, and it is short, falls incomplete. Well, it'll bring up second down and 10, but a heck of an effort there, keeping his feet moving and avoiding the sack by Alexi Carrasquillo. I wonder he even had enough time to get the ball off. And by the time he did, he was so tired he didn't have enough to put more on the ball as it falls just short. It's going to bring up third down, so it'll be 3rd and 1, maybe half a yard. Carrasquillo and shotgun, 2 receivers down to his left. He'll turn and hand it off up the middle, picking up the first down and maybe a couple more, maybe 1. It's close, actually. It's a lot closer than I initially thought, and they are going to mark him just short. So he got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a couple inches, and it'll bring up 4th down and inches here for the Bison. They'll take their time. And now after a discussion from the refs, they are going to actually give him the first down. They say he did get it. And so that'll keep the clock moving. Under 2 to go here in the 4th quarter. Xtreme on top, 28-6. Carrasquillo and shotgun. 1 receiver down to his left, 2 up top to his right. Pressure coming from the Xtreme, and a flag is thrown. They may have caused the jump here from the Bison. It could go either way. I would think that they jumped, and the refs are going to huddle at the spot of the football on who this penalty will be against. 1:47 remaining here in the 4th quarter, and they are going to say it's an offsides call against the Bison, so that'll knock them back 5. So it'll be 1st down and 15 from the 37-yard line. And Carrasquillo will turn and hand it off once again up the middle to Smith, who waits patiently for a couple blocks and gets forward to nearly the original line of scrimmage. He's just a yard shy, so it's about a 4-yard pickup there, and they'll bring up a 2nd down and 11 here for the Bison, as we've seen Carrasquillo come in and kind of hands it off here for the Bison, just trying to escape this game without any injuries. And the defense showed up tonight. The offense took a while to get rolling and wasn't able to keep up with the Xtreme, but it'll be 2nd down and 11. Carrasquillo and shotgun, 2 receivers wide on each side. The Xtreme almost jumping again because Carrasquillo has all day to throw, rolls right, finally gets hurried, and he's going to step up and run it down the right sideline. He fumbled it, and it is recovered. There's a fight for the football inside the 10. It is going to be Xtreme football as they come up with the fumble. It was Carrasquillo trying to fight for extra yardage.
Yeah, there is laundry, Stephen, back around the 30. That may be in the area of an offensive hold, though. The fumble clearly out of his hands there, the ball.
It was number 5 on the Xtreme, just kind of diving for him, reached just enough to pop the ball out.
With inclement weather starting to finally approach here. We were going to have an interview regardless of the score tonight with head coach Lewis Brown. We're going to scrap that because I know folks are going to want to get out of here tonight. 28-6. I'll let Steven finish up. Steven, good call here. I'll let you wrap this one up tonight, brother.
Yeah, we got 50 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Xtreme on top, 28-6 over the Capital City Bison here in Round Rock, Texas, live from Cedar Ridge High, their practice field. It's a nice one. And, you know, we've been fortunate enough to keep this game going, and despite the threat of weather throughout pretty much even before kickoff.
Despite I'll never be a meteorologist, which is for sure.
Carrasquillo in shotgun with two receivers up top to his right, one down to his left. He'll turn and hand it off to the big man, trying to plug forward, and he does not get much. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage as it was big number 8, Dante Garner, on the carry.
And a whistle here with 37 seconds to go. And
timeout is called by the Bison.
Yeah, that's their final one.
As they will be facing a tough loss here tonight.
Yeah, 2 in a row now for Capital City. They'll try to rebound a week from today. On the 13th, we'll be at Fort Hood. For that call. We should be. We'll talk to Coach Brown. I'm sure that we'll be able to be down there again for these games, Stephen. It's all up to the away coach.
It is first down and 10. Under 20 to go at the snap of this. Hands it off once again up the middle, and taking a few men to bring him down is once again number 8, Dante Garner. He's a hard man to bring down. It took most of the defense there. As the clock continues to tick, under 4 to go, and that may have been the last play of the game, and it may have had one more as they'll heave it to the right corner of the end zone, and it is caught, but he's out of bounds. Heck of an effort there to even go up and get it. And that'll be the final, Rob. 28-6 here as the Xtreme stay undefeated here tonight as they move on to 6-0. Capital City falls to 4-2, only able to put up 6 points tonight, but the defense definitely the shining spot here for the Bison.
It was a tough one tonight. Capital City doing the work. Stephen Strong finishing out. We appreciate you, Stephen. A shout out to David Durbin up here also running the clock for us. It's your final here tonight from Cedar Ridge High School. The Capital City Bison fall their second in a row, 28-6 over the powerful Texas Xtreme. Thank you to all of those from the Texas Xtreme that joined us here tonight. It was a night where Capital City could not find any rhythm. A lot of their struggles were self-inflicted throughout most of this game. They had some opportunities there at the end, but they could just not find that end zone. But once tonight, they were in the red zone twice. They did have that lone play for the touchdown that started out on their 9th possession. That happening in the second half from their own 30. They drove it down 70 yards. It was capped off by an 11-yard touchdown pass to Smith. And that's all she wrote as far as that goes for the Capital City Bison. Steven, your final thoughts before we sign off here tonight, my friend.
I mean, there's a lot to be proud of as a Bison. The defense did everything they could to keep the Capital City in this game. Multiple big stops, and it was really a defensive struggle throughout that entire first half. But in the end, the Texas Xtreme proved to be a little bit too much. As it shows why they're undefeated here on the year. Player of the game on offense here for the Bison, it's got to be Driver. We had 3 quarterbacks play tonight, and Driver was great for all of them, and even including on special teams, returning kicks and getting them in good field position. So Driver was definitely a bright spot here for the Bison.
Absolutely. Once again, your final tonight, Texas Xtreme 28, Capital City 6. I'm Rob Hipp for Stephen Stun, also Nathan Height, Austin Manili here helping us on camera. We appreciate you joining us here for another edition of Capital City Bison football. We'll be back on the air hopefully next Saturday from Fort Hood as the Bison take on the Fort Hood Knights. Remember, friends, as I end every broadcast, reminding you tonight that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. Provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there tonight needs you. Your final 28-6, Capital City falls 2 in a row. Again, we'll try to be back on Saturday. Until then, good night and God bless from Cedar Ridge High School in Round Rock, Texas. Good night, everyone.